Mm-hmm.
You're live. So,
We live, baby, we live.
a little bit of things happen for us.
Right.
The rest of the NBA don't give a fuck, but I guess,
Fuck the rest of the NBA.
because again, there's not been one peep of it from most people.
See, no, but I think though, like the Bogdanovich brothers, like they carry enough like fan appreciation because they're what Luke Kennard's gonna be in 10 years. Let's
Yeah.
be real.
Luke Kennard is tiny, though.
Yeah,
I mean, but
that breed.
yeah, of that same ilk.
Yes, the 7th or 8th man on your roster that's going to get you your 4 threes.
He gets paid good, though.
Yeah, I mean Bogdanovich Bojan is one of the better of those 3 and D guys. Especially now that he's getting older and doesn't want to play defense, we're probably
Right.
going to get him on a cheaper deal if we decide to keep him, or he's a good trade piece like we were hearing.
Fox.
So, what does he play?
Power forward or small forward, depending on the roster.
Yeah.
How tall is he?
I want to say 6'7"?
8. So I was about to say
6'7",
6'7", 7, 8.
That's a
7.
small lineup.
Well, I mean, and he's also
How many
he's a pretty damn good 3-point shooter as well.
Yeah, he's like 40%.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, the
He
chicken
is
so
6'7".
fucking good.
He is 6'7", and right now he's only making 3.5 mil. That's a
He's
steal.
like a journeyman.
That's a steal for us. Yeah, because he was with Utah the whole time, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's ever left there.
Yep. Now he's starting to. I mean, I ain't gonna say he's gonna bounce around.
He's
But
probably going to bounce around over the next 3-4 years.
yeah.
'Cause how old is
Different teams feeling like, oh, he could help us out. Let's use him on this roster.
he? He's 33, so I mean, he's probably got 4 or 5 years left.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either ring chasing or teaching the youngins on your way
That's
out.
pretty much what it turned into. Yeah. Either you trying to get a ring or you trying to educate the next generation.
Mm-hmm. Or you're Chris Paul and trying to do both at the same time and
Facts.
failing at both.
Or
Ouch.
you could be Carmelo and be interested in doing neither.
No, Carmelo adopted his 6-man role beautifully. I wish he would have stayed in Portland. Him
Yeah.
in Portland was a really good vibe.
I don't feel like he's ring chasing though.
He was trying going to LA. Going to LA, tell me you're not ring chasing. It's fucking LA.
You have a better chance if you go somewhere like say,
Exactly. Like there's
Milwaukee.
so many other options
Milwaukee
that would be
or
better
Boston
than
Philly.
LA, I would
or-
say.
He would be useful in Philly off the bench.
You know, that's a weird move I could see happening.
Him going to Philly,
Yeah.
he could fill that James Harden role.
They ain't trading James Harden there. James Harden with LeBron, though,
I
and
mean,
AD.
damn.
That trade would be... That's a blockbuster trade. But we got Bogdanovich, which is awesome. We
I tell
actually...
you what, matter of fact,
Oldest person on the team now.
talking about him filling
I believe so.
talking about him filling a James Harden role. What if he played in Brooklyn?
Who?
Carmelo.
Yeah, he probably
Do you think he's going back to New York, and it's not the Knicks, though?
He ain't going back to the Knicks. They ain't nothing.
I don't think he's going back to New York, period, because of
Knicks
it.
are garbage.
I don't know. The culture that Jay-Z has like created, like if Brooklyn would probably be my team that I
How
would
many
play on.
shots is that team fully healthy putting up, and how many of them are Ben Simmons?
Wrong.
Jay-Z sold his fucking stock anyway.
He may have.
He did, but I was talking about the culture. He created that culture that's there. You know, moving him to Brooklyn.
So since Jay-Z was a part owner of Brooklyn for a while, when is Drake going to be a part owner of Toronto? That's what I've been thinking about.
I
can
think
see
it may be a
Drake
question
owning-
of money.
I don't think he needs to.
I think it may be a question of money.
Because of his gambling addiction?
Well,
Wait, hold on. Drake's got gambling addiction?
major gambling addiction.
He'd be placing $50,000, $100,000 roulette spins now?
Yes.
Because he can.
And doing it on Instagram Live.
But this is the thing, though. I don't
And
think.
you know how much money he makes off Instagram Live doing that?
But this is
It
the
ain't
thing.
the much. It ain't the amount he puts in. I'll tell you that.
He makes money,
yeah, he does.
but Drake's money.
He'll drop like $6 million a night.
Drake's money is not the same as Jay-Z money.
No.
Not.
So, and I think you need Jay-Z money to buy a team, or at least Jay-Z.
No,
money.
you can buy a team with Drake money, but you can only be a very, very small owner.
Who wants to do that?
Most of the
Pay all that money to be
most
a
of these fucking
2%
things are.
stakeholder. You don't have no say in nothing. I mean, I guess if
You do. You get.
if you in it just to win, if just to make money, I guess
Or
maybe.
say
but-
you-
So we're
Get
not
off of
going to
his
be
shoes.
part owners of the
Get off
Phoenix
his
Suns.
shoes.
where did I step in?
Leave it alone. Probably food and shit.
So we're not going to be part owners of the Phoenix Suns at 2%.
I mean, well, that's different for us. That's about making money. That is a business decision. I am absolutely with that.
Oh, that'd
Yeah,
be
when it'd be a business decision. Why? But with he's got to find someone in the ownership that wants to actually sell.
So Green
And
Bay
none of them want to sell.
That's another thing
in
too.
NFL is like a publicly like owned team by a bunch of people.
Not a
Mm.
bunch of people.
Oh,
Every
yeah.
season ticket holder is a fucking
Is a
Yeah,
stock or shareholder?
a shareholder.
Yeah. What
So
if
it's not a-
Phoenix was like that?
Hmm?
The Phoenix Suns. What if they became like that?
They're not going to. The only reason that Green Bay is because it was.
They got a whole lot of stock yesterday.
If it wasn't for,
Beating
if it
Tom
wasn't
Brady.
for the fact that they were there already, it's never going to happen. The sports system's set up to make sure that rich people make the money.
I mean, true. But it'd be cool to have like a publicly shared NBA team.
It would, but I don't think you can.
Maybe Seattle.
I don't.
Because
for
then
one-
think about all
I'm
the
rooting for Seattle.
I'm ready for them to get another franchise.
Again, it's not publicly owned. It's just the people like us. What is it? 60,000 people.
Yeah,
That's still the public.
yeah. That's
I
still
know,
the public.
but
Yeah.
It's not. You can't buy it.
If you
My
bought
buddy
season
who works at
tickets,
the Berkeley Green Lantern has season tickets for the Green Bay Packers, and he goes to their big meetings that you can just go to if you're a
Okay.
season ticket holder.
And how much did he pay for them fucking tickets?
I have no clue.
More than you can pay, for sure. For one, for two, you have to be on a waiting list for years.
True.
Used to be the Lions used to have a waiting list. So, imagine the Packers
There can't be that many people wanting to see
wanting to what?
Aaron Rodgers do wide receiver
It's not
tryouts.
about seeing anything. It's about companies just trying to buy the shit.
yeah.
Which is why Phoenix could be inclined to do it.
No. I'm talking about other like Ticketmaster, StubHub,
Oh,
all
no.
these different people who got capital are like, I just buy the tickets so I can sell them every fucking week
Yeah,
Mhm.
because
one
I
with
turn them up for double the profit.
14 different lines of different fees.
Whatever.
Yep.
Fuck you, fee. Shipping, even though it's digital fee. Fuck you.
Uh-huh.
It's going all the way down the line.
Shipping, even though it's a fucking ticket.
Yes.
The electronic ticket. Yeah, we're gonna charge.
Did you see that
shipping.
look up the practice? They're having an open practice
Who?
for the Pistons.
Really?
I think on the 2nd.
On October 2nd? Word.
That's
is
like
our
next
s-
weekend.
That's our spot right there.
That's next
Yeah.
weekend.
It's Sunday.
Fuck, what time would that be?
I don't know.
Oh shit, yeah, because I got football on Sunday.
I mean, it's probably gonna be packed. There's probably gonna be a ton. If there was so many, if the Lions packed the fucking house, the Pistons are probably gonna pack the house too. People are super excited about it.
Oh, it's an open practice and scrimmage. Free to the public. 10 a.m. and the practice starts at 11.
Damn.
Fuck.
Yeah,
I'm already working.
I wouldn't be out of football until 1-ish.
Yeah, I got. Damn it.
Damn it.
I mean, but they said it's a scrimmage as well. Let me see how long all this shit is going to be.
I'm not off till 3 or 4, so I'm more than likely just out.
Yeah.
It's a great time to break out that GoPro, though.
Oh, and they're giving something away for the first 1,000 people that come.
What?
Photo opportunities with Hooper.
Hooper.
And they're going to have concessions.
Of course they would have concessions. That's how they're gonna make their money.
And Hooper.
Hooper don't charge though, does he?
I doubt it.
Oh, and Dwayne Casey going to actually run the scrimmage. Okay. Fox, you know how they got the little food trucks going around?
What?
You know how they got the little food trucks that be going around downtown?
Food trucks? Just
Yeah.
food trucks in general?
Yes.
Yes.
They got a goddamn lottery truck, Fox. It's called the Money Mobile.
Get out of here.
Looks like a food truck. I thought it was a food truck. It was all blue and yellow, and I'm thinking like, oh, okay, what is this newness? Let me go see what they serving up today. got around to the front of that bitch and that hoe said Michigan Lottery. I was like, wait a minute. What is this? I imagine they was probably just selling scratch offs.
Yeah, probably. That's insane. That doesn't make any sense.
I mean, to be fair, I think it might. Because a lot of people play the lotto and a lot of people complain about not being able to leave work to go play their lotto like midday. You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a
I
thing.
play a ton of lotto for Paul because he can't leave work.
Yeah, I know, because he's an old man. That's what old people do.
No, it's not. When I get in that lotto line, it be people of all ages in that bitch.
Okay.
With their little books, their little
I mean-
sleeves.
It be people of
Little
all
pencil
ages.
case.
Now, granted,
I'm-
it's probably 60-40 old to young.
Young people like scratchers. They like the instant release.
That's what I was
They
about
don't
to
wanna
say.
wait
but
24
yeah,
hours. They want it
young
right
people
then
get
and
the
there.
scratch offs. Yeah, I see a lot of younger people getting the scratch offs, and the older people.
That's
be
just the
playing
ADHD generation that
Powerball
needs
and
the
shit.
fucking dopamine.
Mhm.
They can't wait however many
It's
hours.
just a tax of the poor
Yeah.
that goes to the rich.
Fox. You say that, but when I go in that bitch and I pay,
Am I wrong? I mean,
And
what are
I
the
pay-
odds of you winning?
you say that, but I go in that bitch and pay $5 for a scratch off and win fucking 500. It didn't feel like I got taxed.
It didn't feel like you got taxed until you realized that it took you fucking 100 times to get there.
No, it don't. I don't play that often, but I be hitting Fox.
Uh-huh.
I buy maybe I don't even buy scratch offs that often. But the last one, Fox,
I
I just
didn't say I
randomly
didn't
went in
buy
the store and bought a scratch off and hit like $50 on that bitch.
I like Barkino.
Just randomly.
Again,
Barkino.
it's just,
Right.
Yeah.
It may be luck, Fox, but
it's not
sometimes you
luck,
just be
it's
lucky.
It's a system to fucking rip you of your fucking money. They already don't pay you
Okay,
enough.
well, Fox, if I match
I
up
love
what
the
I've spent
basketball
on Lotto
podcast.
to what I've won, I'm in the green, so I don't have no issue.
Okay, you're one of a million.
I can't speak for nobody but me.
Well, and it probably ain't true.
Oh, it is.
Oh, it probably ain't.
Oh, it is, because I only buy scratch offs, and I know damn well I ain't spent over $500 on those scratch offs, and I hit 500 on one last year.
In your lifetime.
I ain't been buying scratch offs all my life, you hoe.
How you not?
Because I just started. I didn't even play Lotto before I moved up here, and
You
I
have
watched
Lotto
Paul.
down there?
They probably do, but I didn't play it,
Oh, well, again, I don't.
and
have
I
money,
literally,
didn't
and I
have money to
still don't know.
Temptations of Detroit.
I still don't know anything about anything but scratch offs, and I just maybe got into scratch offs maybe 2 years ago. And I buy scratch offs maybe every 2 months, every 3 months, not even that often. I'll for like a week straight, a couple of days I'll buy them, and then I just don't be on them no more.
Okay.
I'm telling you, Fox.
Then eventually they'll catch up. Just
I'm
like
in the
casino.
green.
Casino
Once I hit
always
that
wins.
500 one, that did it for me.
If the casino didn't win, there wouldn't be a casino.
Well, I mean, I guess that's true, Fox. But I'm telling you right now, the lotto and the casino are two different things.
No, they're not. They're both gambling.
Mm-mm.
Same people on both.
Mm-mm.
Rich people.
Yeah, same field.
It's not a government thing.
Mm-mm. Cause see,
So Pistons' first preseason game, though. We're gonna switch topics pretty hard here.
no, because when I buy a scratch off, I scratch it off a certain way,
So
and
that
it
helps.
makes me win.
Oh, that. Oh,
I'm
yeah.
telling you, when I get to scratching that bitch and I see like, oh, bitch, this is a winner. This is a winner. Fox, you control your own destiny. You can believe that you don't if you want to, but that's just you gonna be sitting over here not winning on scratch offs. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
I don't know what
tried
to tell you.
I tried to make a comment to this lady. Like, I'm. Up
I still don't know what to tell you.
Where were we? We were up in fucking Traverse City area. So not Traverse City, Torch Lake. So it's a little bit west or east of Traverse City. It's this gas station that doesn't even have fucking it doesn't have a fucking credit card thing for the gas station. That's like, it's fucked up. So I walk in and
Hurtful.
I don't know what I got. I got a fake thing and something else or a lighter. So she ID'd me for the lighter. Not technically ID'd me. She just asked me my birthday.
to buy a lighter.
Yeah, I haven't looked at her yet. So I go, man, do you think they just check our IDs so we can so it makes us feel old or something like that? Not thinking, then I look over, she's younger than me by like 10 years probably. She's 33. I just called her old. But then she goes off on some fucking tin hat shit. Like, no, it's just control. It's just like the racism and the bigotry and all the other stuff. They just want to put it out there so they can control everyone. And I'm like, yeah, that's not what I meant, but okay.
I just need papers.
Like, girl,
I just wanted a lighter.
I did not ask for this crazy.
No, and I had to cut it off because I saw an old white man walking in who looked like an old white man. Like what you think of an old white man looks like, that's what he looked like.
He was gonna jump right in and boost
Yeah, I
the
was like,
conversation
I'm out.
up.
I gotta go. I got Braden with me, so you know he'll defend the situation.
Walking in, talking about the powers that be.
Brady would have probably ended up whooping that old man ass.
Yeah.
He just said the wrong thing, and Brady would have been like, bro.
It's like there's a chance that one of the trip was good, but
Well, you know.
like I was dealing with some shit that it's like, what do you do? What do you say? I try to say something, and there's nothing I'm going to say that's ever going to convince this dude that it's not that he's wrong, but he's fucking wrong. For one, he thinks it was easier in his generation to get ahead than it is my generation, which is wrong. It's not easier for any generation. Every fucking generation has their own struggles. Every generation has to deal with their own pitfalls of dealing with situations. Granted, it may have been easier for Gen X and Gen, whatever the fuck the boomers, because the boomers had so much more opportunity.
Well, you also have to think about like the definition and perspective on just what they mean by it was easier to succeed. Because like there's a lot of people who only think of money or monetary value on that front.
He's making 120 base salary, bringing home around $200,000 a year.
Okay, well, how's his mental health? How poor is that?
That's irrelevant.
No, how poor is that?
That's not what we were talking about. We're
Just
talking about
monetary
opportunity. Again, I don't give a fuck how fucking mentally healthy you are. If you live in this society and you're fucking constantly trying to figure out how to pay your fucking bills every month, you're not ever going to be healthy.
True. Joking on
You
the
can't be healthy. You can't ever fucking be at your best.
Yeah, but
You could
problems
get
never
lucky.
disappear no matter how much money you get.
No, they don't disappear, but a lot of them do. My only fucking problems
And
right now.
different
Hold
ones
on.
I concur. They don't disappear, but with money, they definitely get easier to solve.
Because a lot of my shit,
But
you give me
different ones
money, the
arise.
problems. Huh?
Different problems arise as well.
What?
Different stresses.
But they're still easier
What?
to solve.
I got
You
a
have
house
money.
to live in. I got fucking money to eat, and I
You
got
have
fucking
money.
money to drive a car.
And
That's
you have-
all I need.
different enemies in life as well.
What? You don't make enemies because that's the problem. If you go through life fucking thinking you got to get everything before everyone else, you're going to make a bunch of enemies. But if you realize that there's enough for everyone and that you give people everything from, again,
But
if
rich
I made 200,
what
listen
rich
to this.
person thinks
Hold on.
like that though?
If I made $200,000 in a year, I'm getting $100,000 of it. Correct?
Yeah.
I'm going to take 50 of that and I'm going to invest in half of it into the people I care about. Half of them are going to fuck up and fail. I don't care. Most of them will. If not all of them. I may give you guys a restaurant and you're probably going to fail because that's what happens. But you come with a better idea.
No, if
Let's
I
try
give me
that.
a restaurant, I'm gonna run it right. Cause I'm gonna be selling weed out
Again,
of no.
that's a lot of luck. Restaurant, everything. Everything in this country is luck. And everyone thinks it's a skill. None
No,
of it's
Fox,
skill.
there is
There's
some
a
skill.
1,000 fucking people doing the same thing.
Wait. Actually, no. This kind of all ties together beautifully because you're saying everything in this world is luck, but yet you were just shitting on random scratch-offs.
That's it.
No,
He's
no, no,
so
no.
contradictory.
Hold on a second. I'm shitting on the fact that you're buying something with such bad value.
It's like 1
It's
in 4
way
or
be-
1 to 7.
Would it not be better to take that fucking say $500? Say you spend $500 a year. Would it not be better to take that $500 and then put it in some stock
Yeah, absolutely.
and let it sit for 20 fucking years?
Absolutely.
Hell no.
Yes, it would have. You'd make
To
more
you?
money,
To you?
but you would have made more money.
Okay, not everybody want to wait and make more money. Some people need money now.
There is no money though. That's the point. Half the time you're not getting money.
Okay, fine.
Just because you hit I've never hit $500.
Well, that just falls into the paycheck
And I bought-
paycheck poor mentality.
No, it falls into the idea that there's not enough for everyone. So you have to struggle and you have to claw and way. When the reality is if people just opened up their shit, there's enough for everyone. The dude that owns the Clippers makes $700 million every fucking year just on his dividends.
spend
Just
it so
on owning
recklessly.
stock.
I would spend it so recklessly.
On what?
I
There's
don't
not
know.
enough shit in the world to spend
It is.
$700 million
You better believe
on.
it. Yes, it is, baby.
A fleet of boats.
Ooh, you
I
better
don't know
believe
why.
it
I want a
is.
fleet of yachts. When someone says, "Oh, which one's yours?" looking at a pier, and I go, "Yes." Ooh. Ooh.
I could find ways to
Yeah,
spend
we
700
get
million.
an
You better
island or
believe it.
two. It's gonna be reckless abandonment.
Oh, absolutely. Go to Dubai
You know
for
what
3
would happen to
years
the
and
Southern
just
because of that
blow it.
attitude? You know what would happen with it? Half of it would just be gone.
Yeah,
Okay, that's fine.
You
And
wouldn't
I-
even get to spend it.
I rent me a
true,
place
but I would have
somewhere
lived
and
so beautifully.
Would you though?
I don't know. Probably never.
No, because happiness comes from helping other people. Period.
Fox.
True happiness comes.
If I'm
when you
handing out
actually-
yachts like Mr. Beast,
You're
I'm
not
gonna get a
handing
little.
out yachts. You're keeping them for yourself. you
That ain't
said.
the only.
Well,
that ain't the,
everybody's
I don't
gonna,
think that's
you
the
know,
only
indulge.
path to happiness,
Huh?
Fox. Because a Mercedes would make me real happy. I mean, just
You think
saying.
it would, until you got to pay that fucking insurance.
We ain't
Which
talking
takes
about.
up the whole
we
fucking
talking
paycheck.
700.
We're not talking about the
mil.
parameters of how you getting it or nothing like that. We're just talking about whether or not it would make me happy, and I would enjoy having a Mercedes.
I didn't say I wouldn't either, but that doesn't mean that giving someone else a Mercedes makes you even happier.
Oh no, bitch! Ain't no way I'm giving you a Mercedes and I ain't got one.
No, you would
We can
probably
match a
have
Mercedes.
one. I'm not. Why would I
Match a
ever
Mercedes.
give you something I don't have?
I mean, I'm
If
just
I
saying
have-
you
if I
made
have
it
a
seem
car-
like rather than having it for myself, I'd rather give it to somebody
No,
else.
no,
That's
no,
how you
no,
made
no.
it sound.
No, again, you need to survive. You have to take care of yourself to the point where you survive.
I mean,
in this
a
area.
Mercedes ain't
But you
really
give
surviving.
everything else away.
I'll sleep in a Mercedes.
That's thriving.
If you bring everyone else up with you, you have less crime. If
Yeah.
you bring everyone else up with you, you have less problems, less mental health, less people being abused. You bring them up. And
What's
the way
the
you,
point of first class if my feathers can't sit?
That's a
Like,
hot
You're
take,
still
Fox.
first class, man.
That's
No,
a hot take.
everybody sits in
Not
first
everyone's
class.
gonna sit in first class.
On your team. Hell yeah.
No. Again,
That's a hot take.
no. We're gonna fly. If that's the case, then you just fly a private plane. Why would
I mean,
you?
yeah, at
fucking-
that point, yeah.
Why would you take first class if you're gonna fly 15 people? You might as well just rent a fucking
Honestly,
plane.
it'd probably cause a problem. That'd be great. Just to like a public plane. Just cause a scene.
Every time I've ever flown first class, that's what I do.
Make a scene.
Fox, I got super lucky during the pandemic. In the very beginning of the pandemic, flights was cheap as shit. I went home to visit my family. Fox, I got a first class flight down south, and it was round trip $300. First class. Baby, I had the leg room, the drinks. I had me like 2 wines on the way. I was like, oh, this is the way to travel. I've been doing this wrong this entire time.
Well, don't say that because I'm going regular.
Man,
I'm going down to Florida.
I'm just gonna let you know. Commercial.
You're fine.
When you,
I'm not worried.
it's
Flown
decent.
before?
I've weirdly flown in smaller private planes, but not in commercial planes.
The people are gonna be the thing that you have to worry
Explain the
about.
fuck how you've been in a private, like a
My grandparents
Two-seater?
on my 2-seaters, 4-seaters,
okay,
like
prop engines.
Clippers. There's Bonanza. There was a Glass Air.
Wait,
there
you
was-
come from rich too? That just didn't pass on to your generation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool though, because I'm rich in spirit.
No, you know why
Yeah.
though? It's because Bezos and fucking Elon and all them fucking stupid fucking piece of shit billionaires stole all their wealth.
I just don't think I applied myself, but that's just me.
No, I didn't talk about that. I'm talking again. If your grandparents and my grandparents don't lose everything they have to whatever reason they do, because again, they had something. They had a fucking plane.
They didn't lose any of it. Let's
Are
not
they
get
still
into that.
alive?
Yeah, Grandpa is.
Oh, okay. Well, that's why
Grandma's
it
not.
hasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not gone yet.
Yeah.
There's still
Mine
there, but-
went with the mine went in the wayside to the fucking health insurance. Like it
Gotcha.
was probably $500,000-$600,000 in health insurance in the last couple of years of his life.
Damn.
Yeah, they lost the house. They
That's
lost
a
everything.
lot of medical. Holy shit.
Yeah. Well, he had heart attacks. He had fucking problems.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, when you live life as a problematic old white person,
yeah, he was a Jewish person. So I don't know if they're considered white.
oh my God! I just watched the episode of Family Guy. They were talking about black women and Italian men being natural enemies, and this black lady, she pulled up on the curb and parked her car, and she got out. And the Italian guy come out the restaurant like, hey, you can't park it there. And the black lady started taking her earrings. Who you talking to? And there's a group of Jewish guys walking up there, and the commentator's like, sensing the impending danger, a flock of Jews takes flight as avoiding conflict is their best hope for survival. When I tell you, I was on the floor, bro. That shit had me dying.
For some reason, still in my top 5 clips on Family Guy is when they were doing the crocodile hunter like Charles Darwin with the fire trucks.
Oh yes,
that shit breaks me every time.
The cheetah, up on the Impala, the
face with the ladder over and over
again. Bash that bitch to sleep.
I lose.
But it all started because Peter goes, "What Hudson?" He goes, "A fire truck."
Yes.
Right. Fire truck.
And then he goes, he thought he was a genius, and then he finds out he's retarded. So that's the episode 2 where he's just walking. He's like, sorry, retarded. Sorry, retarded. He just keeps kicking the door.
And he's just fucking doing shit and then saying he's retarded.
Yeah.
I remember. P-tarded, I think was the name of that episode.
Yeah.
I remember,
one goes, ooh, you want to see? This is where babies are born.
Fucking. The episode, I forgot this episode when he found out his real name. And his real name was fucking Justin. Like, not me and Peter having the same fucking name. Fox, I was weak.
Thankfully, I don't think you'll ever be confused for Peter Griffin.
There you go.
I don't think that's gonna be
although I do a pretty good Peter Griffin laugh. I'm not gonna do it on air. But they make me do it at work all the time.
Oh, Peter. I don't know why, but I got Lois.
Lois is the... Paul can do Lois good as... That Peter! He slays that shit. Oh my god. As you can tell, Family Guy is still probably my favorite animated cartoon.
Oh, no, Rick and Morty.
South Park.
South
Park's my heart.
South Park, I agree. South Park to me is the better of the two, but Rick and Morty is going to beat them all. Like, it's already getting...
100 years.
Did you see the new one?
Rick and Morty is good.
Did you see the new one where she...
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
I don't have the emotional attachment I do with Rick and Morty.
I don't know.
You have emotional attachment with Family Guy?
I've been watching Family Guy since 97.
Yeah, well, that's why. You've been watching it
like
for 20
since
years.
I was like 8, 9 years old.
That's
one
the
of those
difference.
characters
But
has
when Rick
died.
and Morty gets to 20 years...
Except for maybe Lois.
No, they've all been killed before. And then just brought back randomly, yeah. Like in cutaway gags and everything like that, too.
I'm
guaranteed. It's guaranteed.
I'm not saying that you are wrong, but I'm drawing a blank of any time where Lois got killed. Any time.
Oh, by
On the
Stewie.
On the
Lois
boat?
gets killed all the time by Stewie.
He did kill her. He had a dream that he killed her on the boat.
Yeah, well,
that was a dream.
No, but when he's younger, he
envisioned it, but he never actually killed her.
No, but that's what he was talking about. Cutaways.
Yeah, cutaways, anything like
I guess
that.
I mean...
I don't know. I like the show, don't get me wrong. My favorite's the one where he walks in on Chris. Naked.
Oh, yeah, and finds out Chris got a bigger dong than him.
Yeah, he finds out because he's like fucking Lois.
Yeah, he
like,
was weak
You're
about it.
thinking about Chris.
It's getting hard to pull.
I'm gonna...
It was like, oh my god. Yeah, that one was good.
Yeah, that was a good episode.
That's the one that got me. It got me.
What was the one episode that just dropped the other day? They were like making fun of the Oscar movies, Oscar winners. And they did Silence of the Lambs, American Beauty, and Forrest Gump.
I love those when they do like the little vignettes, the 3.
Yeah.
I love those. They're always so good.
They did Chris's Buffalo Bill for Silence of the Lambs.
Yes. And I missed
It's funny.
Yeah, because he does.
Would
the
you
whole
fuck
thing.
me?
Yeah. I'd fuck.
I'd fuck me.
I'd fuck.
Fuck me. He gets a deep voice.
And he's got the boa. Oh my god,
To be honest, I only watched it because of him. Whatever his name is, the guy that
Seth Green?
Seth Green was in it.
Oh,
Seth
because
Seth Green is
I
the
saw
Robot
that he was
Chicken?
in it, and I was like, I know him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, before
You didn't know Mila Kunis?
Mila Kunis does
Yeah.
Meg.
Not really. I mean, yes, she wasn't that famous. She wasn't like.
She was on that 70s show.
Yeah.
And she dated Ashton
I
Kutcher.
didn't watch the '70s show.
You, of all people, didn't watch that 70s show.
Especially with as much as Veronica played that shit here.
derogatory
For
on that.
one, I never watched anything that she watched.
It's like a
For
staple
two-
stoner show.
It is.
No.
And the dad is so fucking. Oh my god, Red is hilarious.
That's fine. I just never watched it.
I didn't care for the
hold on.
son.
I've seen episodes because I've been in rooms where they've been played. But I've never turned the show on and went, ooh, that 70s show. Let me watch this stupid fucking sitcom.
I'm dead. Wow. Shut the fuck
It's
up.
like
Fox.
Friends,
Wow.
but for stoners.
Yeah, it is.
It's better than Friends.
It is
I didn't
definitely
say
better.
it was better Friends. But the shit.
I'm just saying,
when you start
Friends
watching
is a
shit
ripoff.
on Netflix, Hulu, like even the new Patient, the new one with Stephen Carell. The dude gets kidnapped by a serial killer.
I heard that.
So
was
he
really
can
good.
fucking make sure he's like, I want to tell you the truth. I want you to know. I want you to fix me. But if I'd have told you in real life, you'd have fucking narked me out. And then blah blah blah. He's like, so I brought you here, and he changed
Is that
him
what
up-
the hell that's about?
He changed him up to a fucking bed.
I saw that and I
It's
was
all
wondering
about
what the fuck
trying to-
that
If
was.
I'm looking for comedic relief, I will go to that 70s
It's
show,
not
not
con-
that.
it's not-
Yeah, there you go. There
But
you
again,
go. That's
Little
what.
Demon.
I heard Little Demon's
Fucking
good.
hilarious.
I
It's got
ain't
Danny
started that yet.
DeVito as a devil.
I ain't started that yet, but I saw
Fucking
that.
All We Do in the Shadows.
I do need to watch All We Do in the Shadows.
Now that when I tell you that
Since
is funny
FX
as
has
hell.
come out and put out real TV, and
Yeah.
HBO has been putting out real TV, it's hard to watch sitcoms. There's very few that actually hit. Like think
Ghost
about.
is another good one.
I
Ghost
still
is
like
the
George
only
Lopez. I still like George Lopez.
Oh, and Abbott Elementary.
Abbott Elementary
Because
is
they're real. They're
great.
like, they feel more real than, like, say, whatever stupid Keenan show Keenan
You
show.
watched the first episode?
Of what?
Abbott Elementary.
Yeah.
With Gritty.
Yeah, I fell asleep. They were about to get gritty, and I must have passed
Oh my
out.
god, yeah, you got to see the ending
Yeah,
part.
I
The ending
gotta
part
see
is
it.
the funniest
Yeah,
part
see
to me when Gritty
They're like,
shows
what the
up.
fuck is he?
And like it's just his face and the way because he doesn't say anything obviously.
You know what gritty is, right?
No.
Are you serious?
Besides, like the dance?
No.
No, well,
I know
is
the
a
dance. Like
It is
I
a
know the dance.
Look up. I didn't know it was a dance, but
It
look
is a
up
dance.
Philadelphia Flyers gritty.
Mascot, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that thing, Jesus, yeah, it's terrifying.
Like,
Yeah.
even a net. Don't the Sixers have something stupid?
Yeah, it's a
Because the Phillies have
It's not
that
a
thing with the
whatchamacallit.
fucking nose.
it's
Why does Philly have mascots?
I don't know. They got they're doing good
is it
with
the
the eagle.
people eater?
The
No, what
Eagles-
the hell is
that's
that thing?
for fucking baseball. The Phillies.
I'm trying to think of the green thing with
Yeah,
the
that's- I
horn
don't know.
nose. I can think
Oh
of what
no,
it's
that's
called.
for the Wizards, right? They don't
No.
use them anymore. That big green thing from the Wizards. Was he a dragon? Was that supposed to be a fucking dragon?
Was it supposed to be a dragon?
No, look up Philadelphia Phillies mascot.
Hey, Justin.
That's
Yeah, what's up, man?
what you're thinking of. I don't know what his name is. But the Wizards don't have a mascot, do they?
It's not a whatchamacallit.
Phillies mascot.
And then
Are we talking about for hockey?
No, baseball. That's the one he's talking about.
the Phillies.
It's got a nose.
Yeah. What the fuck is this thing?
Yeah. See?
Let me
Is
see
it
it.
a parrot? It's kind of
Yeah.
like a parrot or maybe a muppet.
It's green with a fucking nose.
Oh, the Philly Fanatic. That's what
That's
it's
what it
called.
is, yeah.
The Philly Fanatic.
Yeah.
I could not think of that shit.
Okay, what the fuck is a 76er?
1976 or 1776.
Isn't that
That's
the
a
name of
year.
basketball team?
Yeah.
That's a
76?
year. Okay, they just they
People
took a
born
year.
in 76. Hey, you're a 76er like me.
Because you're in Philadelphia where the Independence was.
Oh, 1776.
Yeah, it's
That
about being-
okay, Liberty. That's why their
You're
thing
Philadelphia.
is
76er. You're part of Philadelphia, I guess.
that's why their
Yeah.
thing is a bell with stars.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They're Liberty. So,
So they're a fucking bell. I'm just saying, it's one of the worst mascots. in
it's
the
not a
world.
bell. It's. Or you mean the worst names?
No, because like, what is their mascot on the sideline?
They don't have one.
That's dumb. I
What,
like
are they gonna
that.
have someone dressed up?
No one has a
bell?
fucking mascot.
That's
have
a
one,
lie.
I guess.
We
Have you
Hooper.
seen the
We
work?
were just talking about the pictures with Hooper.
Now, okay, agree. Hooper does give work, but have you seen how many times that San Antonio's mascot has went viral?
No, I don't even know what it is.
Oh my God,
or
it's a
Benny the
coyote.
Bull, or Benny the Bull,
Or Benny the Bull.
in Chicago.
There are
forgot
some
about-
iconic
I forgot
mascots.
about Benny the Bull.
Mariah Carey did a performance, and literally the next day, at a San Antonio game, the fucking mascot copied the performance. He had on like a pink leotard and was like pretending to be Mariah Carey. That shit went viral. When I tell you,
Jesus.
Fox. Some people love their mascot.
I don't know why Philly doesn't have a mascot, do they?
No, because they're a fucking year. That makes sense. What are they gonna do? Dress up a calendar? There's just a guy out there in a
What
giant
the fuck does the
calendar.
Philly fanatic have to do with Phillies?
Because
What? You know what a Philly is, right?
I've met Philadelphia people and they are definitely fanatics.
Okay, but what about
And supposedly they'll
what is
fight
that
too.
one we were just talking about? The fucking stupid ugly.
Yeah,
Fox,
they're-
look at this bullshit.
I think they have one of like the most fightingest like arenas.
Josh,
No, their
have you
fans
seen this
are
before,
supposed
Josh?
to be like
They're nuts. Yeah.
Packers fans, like insane. I'm talking about Steelers.
Oh, Steelers too. Yeah.
That's an actual coyote.
Man, since Tim Duncan, man, they've been stressing.
Bro, look at this outfit.
It breaks.
They put a coyote in a leotard.
Yes, because Mariah Carey was caught lip syncing, and he did this like literally like the next day or so after this performance. She got caught lip syncing.
Do you know what's kind
Oh,
of
Yes, bro. When I tell you the fucking Spurs mascot is wild, he be cutting up.
Okay, do you know what's kind of dumb though? Spurs go on a fucking horse.
This is true. I don't know how their mascot became a coyote.
I think it's because the Mavericks are
Well, we're a hoop.
Dallas.
I guess it's is a piston a horse?
in horsepower.
Yeah, horsepower. Yeah,
Is what it's supposed to be. It's all play on
because
cars and
pistons
shit.
are actually the
Yeah,
thing that
piston.
provides the horsepower.
Yeah.
Um,
It took
but
me a
you
while
are
to come
correct.
around to it, yeah.
Spurs go
Go on
definitely
a
on a
horse.
horse.
Or on boots.
Or where you
type.
wear them on boots when you ride a horse.
I want a
don't
giant
know.
boot. I want there to be just a giant foam boot that's their fucking mascot.
And they just sit it out in the middle of the floor at during halftime
Actually,
Actually, it should be someone running around in a booth.
in a boot.
when the Washington Commanders were deciding on their last team, we have this waitress in the kitchen, and she's not a sports person at all. She calls the uniforms costumes. She's one of those people.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
mean,
calls
they
it
are
pageant.
not a
Yeah,
costume.
yeah, whatever. You know, it's great. She's adorable.
I mean,
And she goes, why don't they just call them or keep them as the Redskins and just make their mascot a potato? And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, the Redskin potatoes. I was like, you're a fucking genius. Why aren't you working for the company?
Cause baby,
Like,
can you just see that mascot as a little red potato?
Yeah.
No.
It
With
would be
a helmet
adorable.
on.
It's retarded.
He would kind of look like one of the California raisins, but
Now those things used to creep me out.
because they are creepy.
They used to creep me out so bad when they seeing them sing. I heard it through the grapevine, and I think it was stop motion animation.
Yeah, and then the same
yeah.
guys who were doing that moved on to doing the PJs, which was that Adult Swim show. A lot of the people.
Have you ever seen the PJs?
I
I've seen
have.
parts of it.
Baby, that is a
That was a
awesome
deep
show.
pull. I just pulled a deep pull right
Yes,
there.
you did. I ain't watched the PJs in a while. That is a good fucking show, Fox.
By the way,
Eddie Murphy was in his bag with that one.
you weren't
Yep.
getting the payoff for her like Ramadan, and then he passes. He's like, "Oh, so what? Why'd you send this
Chelsea.
to my fucking?"
Chelsea, you watched the Reno 911 episode when she pretended to be Islamic?
I might have, but I was taking cookies last
Oh,
night.
you forgot.
Yeah.
I can't. I
But I
need you to
love
watch.
that show.
I
It
need
makes me
her
laugh.
to watch that
I love
episode.
everything that
Oh my
that
God.
one character does. She is so funny.
When she told
Well,
him,
they're actually all really funny in different ways, which is why I love it. Because
Yeah.
they're all ridiculous.
The way he wears those shorts.
Oh my god, those shorts kill me.
Oh.
and how he walk,
Nick
how he
Swartzen
slide up whenever he
shows
get out the
up.
car and shit,
Yeah.
and twirl it
Then-
gun
Then
around.
Nick Swartzen shows up with even smaller shorts and tighter shorts, but he's on rollerblades like
Reno
old
911.
school.
Yeah.
Like the
What's
early
even
80s.
crazier,
And I
Kiki
just
Palmer from Reno
died.
911
Hilarious.
is the
I haven't
neighbor
seen
of
him
Jeffrey
since
Dahmer in that
Grandma's
Dahmer
Boy,
show.
you know,
Yeah.
and he's like,
And she
Yeah.
plays a
"Some of
serious
my
role.
roommates and whatever.
Yeah.
Nuts.
And Steve, and
Hey.
I've seen him like 2 or 3 times on that show
Go up there.
already now. I'm like, yeah.
It's top tier. That is one of my
so
favorite shows.
and you know what's funny? It's like there was this like 5-year gap in my life
Right.
that I don't really remember because I was doing so many. And that's the time when Reno 911 was like a big thing.
Right.
So
They just go
I totally
together.
passed through it. Cause I'm like, Steve, how the fuck don't I know about this show? It's amazing.
It is
It's like
so funny.
so many seasons. It was out for many years.
When she
know,
pulled that
like-
woman over, she said,
Oh, after the first episode, I knew I was gonna love it.
she told that
'Cause I
bitch, she
was a huge
said,
Cops fan. I would love that shit. Bad
She
boys,
said
what you
when you
gonna do?
what did she say?
She says everything.
When you
funny.
got the she said when you got the front part in China, see, and the back in Africa, them two continents don't mix. See? She said she was supposed to be arresting a prostitute, bro. She ended up giving the bitch hair advice.
Oh,
she
no,
like,
no,
no,
she
no,
did.
go get you some hair that match
There
and
was
just let the
it
bitch
was a
go.
it was a competition.
I
No,
love
it was that competition
all
when
the
they were all
people
trying to
they
get
have
the
in
different.
show,
It was
like
the bingo, the scavenger hunt.
suspects or whatever.
Yes.
So she
okay.
grabs the prettiest prostitute and she dolls her to fuck
Oh
up.
yeah.
Like dolls her
She's
up,
like
gets her
Yugoslavian
going,
or something.
and then arrests her anyway.
And then yes. Did you remember the one when her and what's his name? I can't think of his name. I don't want to just be like the black guy. I don't remember
Wasn't
any.
his name Jones or something?
Jones, that is right. I was gonna say the only one's name I remember is Lieutenant Dangle.
Yeah, dang.
Dangle, because
And I think her name
Such
is
a good name for her.
Raynisha. I think that's her
yeah,
name,
yeah,
Raynisha.
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Jones. But they went in undercover in this little. They thought it was a sex cult, and it ended up actually being a sex cult. But they ended up tricking them into having sex in front of them, bro. When I tell you, the shit that they get themselves into, that show is.
It never gets old.
It's perfect. And then the one guy that's
How do
always
they
on the
keep coming
rollerblade.
up with all these
Oh, she just
ideas?
fucking up. It's just,
I
it's
don't
perfect.
understand it. It's so well written.
Yes, everything.
It's
Mustache
almost like
hair is
someone took
coming out.
stories from their life and like goes, "This is gonna be funny as fuck."
So
Have you ever seen? You gotta watch the movie, Fox.
There's a movie.
There's a movie,
Yeah.
all right, I'll watch it.
Oh.
I think I've
Mhm.
seen it.
and it's
Alright.
on the beach in Miami, I think.
This is just ridiculous. I'm
Yeah.
just totally screwing this up, babe. I'm so sorry.
So
I'm
Let's
just
get
gonna
into-
heat it up and dip it in fucking butter.
finally
Cinnamon.
get into some
Basketball talk.
'cause
When does the season start? We should be coming up. It's like
October
The
15th.
first preseason game for the Pistons,
gotta
at
heat up
least,
this
is
bread.
October 2nd, I believe.
I need some magician shit.
that's next
No,
weekend.
it's October 4th. Sorry, Tuesday, October 4th, and it's in Madison Square Garden. First home preseason game is against
Touched it.
the Thunder.
Like 30
That's Tuesday, October 11th. Then the last preseason game is against the Grizzlies on October 13th.
So they have one next week and then two the week after.
Oh, it
that.
already starts that quick, huh?
Yep,
So
where it's coming. Who do y'all think made the best offseason move?
not the Celtics.
No, they
That
did.
shit's gonna hurt.
I mean, I don't know how well it's gonna do for them, but I think Cleveland probably made the best available.
biggest
move.
splash, you think?
Yeah, because them
No
getting
one else
Donovan
did
Mitchell.
anything.
I mean, it was light work.
Gobert.
I mean,
Getting Gobert
oh,
is huge.
yeah, Minnesota's huge.
Yeah, it's good.
We've never seen a Twin Towers like that.
That is true. Because it's
Yeah,
gonna be
we
like a
have,
Duncan.
haven't we?
It's
No.
gonna be like a Duncan
Duncan
Robinson,
Robinson.
but more. They're both of them are more athletic than
Yeah,
both
but
of them.
it's
were.
like putting Rodman next to Dirk.
Yes, agreed.
Like that's a really comparable thing. And I was thinking about that. Think of like that spread and that stretch on the floor is gonna be tough to beat.
Not to mention, like the paint is just gonna be off limits. Like that's the one thing
That's
that you
what Rudy
get from
does.
Rudy Gobert. Like he
does it
makes
real
it
well.
nearly impossible for guards to get to the paint.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I think
I
they're
think-
gonna struggle on the perimeter a little bit, so
10 seconds.
they're gonna get smacked by Golden State. Like because D'Angelo Russell's gonna
Yeah.
get his work.
And dip all his bread in it. My goodness.
Like I'm trying to think of that, and Anthony Edwards has a lot on his plate defensively on the
And
perimeter.
offensively, I think because I still think they rely on him very, very heavily offensively.
If Cat wants to, I think he's potentially going to put up like 27 a game.
And he need to step up. He needs
He
to.
has to. He really has to.
Yeah.
But
Because
so
he can-
Minnesota best move in the West, or biggest splash in the West, and biggest splash in the East. Cleveland.
I mean, is he? I don't think it makes him like. I've heard this argument. It doesn't make him that much better.
Who, Cleveland?
No.
I disagree.
Minnesota?
How does adding a 3-time
No, maybe
defensive
not
player
on
of the year-
paper, but absolutely it makes them better. Their defense just went to a top 10 defense easily.
Yeah,
That's fine,
It's a
but I'm just
Gobert
saying
effect.
there's
That's
still-
fine. That's a big deal.
That is a
point
huge
they're not
deal.
going to get past anybody in the top of the West. It doesn't give them a chance to win.
No.
It depends. It depends.
They're a matchup nightmare now
Yes.
for a lot of teams.
Yes.
That's Okay, they're matchup nightmares, but okay, are they gonna be? Let's say the top team.
You just thinking about head-to-head matchups and
No, I'm
what
thinking playoffs. I'm thinking again.
you got to get that first Fox because they're gonna be a completely different team by the time the playoffs start.
Very true.
They're gonna be a completely
And
different
I'm
team.
thinking
by
of
then.
the bigs in the West, especially.
And that is true. Like who is going to be able to hang with Gobert?
Gobert and
His-
Karl Anthony Towns?
What?
His competition
Hey.
will come when they
Wow.
see Giannis or Joel Embiid.
All in the East.
Yep.
All the dominant physical big men right now are in the East.
Exactly.
And that's
I can't even think of anybody in the. I mean, Anthony
DeAndre
Davis.
DeAndre Ayton, Anthony Davis,
And I still think he would manhandle DeAndre Ayton.
Jaren Jackson Jr. I mean, he's not super big.
Yeah,
Like,
he ain't got enough weight.
no.
I want him to pack on some
It
pounds.
would have been Chet Holmgren.
But no, I think this all but guarantees them a top 5 spot for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, like they don't even have to run into Bam that much.
There you go.
Right.
Right.
Another like only capable defensive matchup.
Exactly.
Specifically in the West, they're gonna have an easier time than if they're in the East right now. But the West has better guards, which D'Angelo Russell is. He's gonna be just running his ass off. He
But the
better
thing
stay
about
healthy.
it is,
he
though,
better stay healthy.
The thing about it is how they decide to structure their defense. Because if I know I have the rim protector I have in Rudy Gobert, then I don't necessarily need you to stay in front of. I mean, I would like for you to stay in front of him, but it's not the end of the world if they do get by you, knowing that you have one of the best rim protectors in the league. But at the same time,
How many threes are the Rockets gonna try to put up on him? They're setting a record.
30 to 40.
They're gonna be hitting only shooting up threes.
That's what I was
No
about to
matter
say.
the percentage.
Because that's going to be your best bet. The teams that are going to have the best success against them are going to be the teams that are really, really great 3-point shooters.
Steph and Clay and Jordan Poole will light them up.
Yeah, your Golden State is
Light-
going to slay them. It's not going to matter because they don't
Once they
need
run
to
into
get
Golden
to the
State,
paint.
they're out of the playoffs. But I can't think of another shooting team that will take advantage of Minnesota besides maybe Phoenix.
And
Yeah.
Phoenix could do it, but it cancels out because they don't have the defense on the other side. So whatever they do to you, you're going to be able to do to them.
Who are the top teams in the West?
Phoenix, Golden
Phoenix.
State.
Dallas?
Dallas, yeah,
Yeah,
debatable,
Memphis.
depending on who you talk to. Yeah,
Memphis
Memphis.
Who's the top
Debatable.
seed?
Hmm?
Oh, L.A. That's another one.
That's not
No.
a top seed.
They're not even
Clippers?
in the middle.
Okay.
And they
sorry.
still not a top seed.
I think Clippers with Kawhi back
No.
become a top seed.
With
They got
Kawhi
shit to
Paul-
prove.
Kawhi Paul
They got
George
shit to prove.
That's fine.
And-
but I think
and-
if Kawhi's healthy for the whole season,
and John Wall. And John Wall
if
healthy?
Kawhi's healthy for
It
the whole season,
doesn't. No, that's
they're
not the
top,
only.
They're top 4.
That's not the only outlier. Because if they don't gel well, if John Wall gets there and it's bullshit,
But Paul George and fucking Kawhi are enough to make him top 4 seed.
True. Actually, I completely agree with that. Paul George.
I'm not
and
with the
Kawhi.
way things look now. I don't know if I would agree with that.
Because they spent more. They got other people too. They still got Reggie Jackson. They still
And Reggie
got some
Jackson ain't
people.
saying much,
And Luke Kennard.
and Luke Kennard ain't saying much.
Again, they're not saying
They
much.
got
but
pieces.
They got pieces.
Okay,
They
and
got
that doesn't
pieces.
make me feel like they're that complete of a team that
I
they're
have
just
them at 5 or
guaranteed a top
6.
4 spot.
5 or 6, in my opinion.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Well-
Not top 4 guaranteed. No, Kawhi ain't played in a fucking year. We all know Paul George is a choke artist at any given moment. They call him playoff P, but at any given
Or
moment
George
he could
Paul.
disappear.
I like the George Paul nickname.
George Paul.
George Paul.
You get no respect until you can prove that you can hoop. And I just don't see it from George.
So
Okay.
Golden
Paul.
State, Phoenix. It might be Minnesota at 3 for me.
I
That's,
think that.
that might be a safe bet. With that defense, that might be a safe bet. Because they're going to tear through the West, everybody that's not Golden State. I just can't see any other team giving them a good enough matchup. Oh, I forgot about Utah, but
Utah.
No, Utah's collapsed. No, they're
Yeah, they're out. They just
I
traded
mean,
everything.
I'm talking about good shooting teams. They still got
Mike Conley, and that's about it. He's kind of on an island right now.
Yeah, he'll be gone soon too.
at the end of the day, there's not much
Where they're
competition
gonna
for
ship
them.
Hold on. There's got to be another team besides because if
There is
No, the
not.
West is so weak right
The
now.
West is weak as fuck. San Antonio ain't shit. Sacramento ain't shit. Houston ain't shit.
They're on the come up.
OKC.
They're on the come up. They're on the come up. Houston's on the
OKC
come
ain't
up.
shit. let's be real with ourselves.
Shea
We're gonna
has
be
the
real with
most
ourselves.
fraudulent numbers in the league. That's my
I
favorite
mean,
thing.
now, yeah, he's probably my favorite rookie to come into the league in quite a while. Just
Shea
based off,
Gilgeous-Alexander,
just
SGA?
based off his game alone. That boy can ball.
And then he learned from Chris Paul, too.
Yeah, he can ball. I like his game.
Does that mean he's me not punching?
I hope
Yeah,
he didn't
probably.
learn that. I hope he didn't learn that. That's one of the main reasons why I don't like Chris Paul. I don't like dirty players. Because, bitch, if you punch me in my net, we both getting
But this is
suspended. 'cause
all-
I'm
We got
gonna
this
whoop-
game, yeah.
we
Hold
got
on,
the
this game.
fight.
The
Yeah.
Minnesota thing's also assuming that they're going to work together well. Because doesn't mean they're going to. Just because, you know what I'm saying? There might
But that's
be,
the thing, though, Fox.
I don't see a conflict happening between those two characters.
Yes, because Cat is already soft as fuck.
But you got
That's honestly kind
he-
of helping the situation.
Yes, that's gonna make it easier. He's gonna concede
He's
to the
not a
more
leader.
dominant personality. He's
Anthony
not a
Edwards
leader.
is supposed to build up to be that leader on the team.
Yes, and having Rudy Gobert is a way station until you get Anthony Edwards to where he can take over the team because they trying to make him now and he just ain't there yet.
No.
Like that's
he's good.
He's
that's why
athletic as shit.
He
Like-
does so much of their offense and it's like, bro, like he does not need to be pushed this hard this early. Like get some other help around him.
Meanwhile, Memphis is throwing Ja Morant in a cannon.
There
Like,
you go.
This ain't gonna hurt that bad. Ja.
Exactly.
This ain't gonna-
And lighten that bitch like say
Yeah,
a prayer.
on an Acme
Hold on.
like Looney Tunes shit.
how come there's so much love for Ja, yet the team has such a better record when he's not playing?
Because of his style
It's
of
the
play.
attitude. It's the attitude he brought to that team.
Yes.
That's fine, but the players that are on the team are all, they obviously have proven themselves to be good. They do it without
A
him.
lot of them are young too.
Yeah,
I mean, doing it without him is not necessarily
a lot, like half the season.
okay. Well, that's
And they
fine,
lost, like,
Fox,
9 games.
but that's not the idea of it. Is to figure out how to do it with him.
No, I get that.
Because at the end of the day, he's on this team.
he's gonna help. I'm not saying that, but
He
there's
got
so much.
They finished at the 3 seed, I believe.
I know, but the point is they think they finished in the 2 seed, didn't
Was
they?
it 2 seed?
Yeah.
The
No.
team is so deep and all young.
That's their biggest problem. Is their age. They got a lot of young pieces.
Yeah, it was Phoenix, Memphis, Dallas. Because the draft was Dallas, Memphis, or the last place teams the year of the Luka and the draft in the Luka draft was Dallas.
Atlanta could have had Luca.
Atlanta's
Sacramento
reckless as
could have
fuck.
had Luka.
Yeah.
Imagine what fucking Phoenix would be with Luka.
Yeah.
You run a Luka next to Devin Booker and Miles Bridges.
And
They already tried that.
Yeah.
They already tried that.
Well, one of the Bridges brothers is out. What is that?
They
McCall?
tried that with PJ Tucker and
PJ Tucker
all them
ain't
big
Luka.
body peoples they put
PJ
around.
Tucker ain't Luca.
I'm just
Come
being
on.
funny because I don't like Luca.
I know you don't.
Uh-huh.
It's because he's
It's
white.
okay, Fox. You telling me that biscuit got game, and I don't know if I see it.
That biscuit
I'm
got
telling you,
game.
we're gonna watch some games with him. And you're
Yeah.
gonna be like, dude, what the
He's
fuck?
dropping a 50 burger this year.
Fox, I
You got
watch.
NBA pass or
I
whatever?
watch Dallas games because, matter of fact, because they're in the same division as San
You know, they
Antonio.
play them a lot.
Yes, and I also see we got.
That's why we watch Pacers games too.
We got whatchamacallit, NBA League Pass.
Okay, so has your thoughts? You do. That's what I meant to ask you.
Yes, so we watch them there every game of every
Do
season.
you have it on
almost.
there?
I haven't signed into it, but I'm pretty sure I could get it on it.
So we can watch games
We
on
can start
here.
watching games on here.
Well, maybe do some shows like some evening shows and watch the games.
Watch
give our
parties.
reactions.
We can have had a game playing in the background while we talking shit.
Yeah.
Ooh, those will be good episodes.
Yeah.
So, has your attitude? Okay, first off, going to the East, 2 things have happened. One, Ben Simmons has opened his mouth.
And ain't said shit.
You didn't? Did you listen to it? I haven't listened to it. I only listened to bits of it.
I don't think he said.
I
nothing
read
worth-
it. I didn't hear like his tone or anything like
I don't
that.
think he said
He
nothing worth
sounds
listening
normal. When,
Yeah, he
when he
sounds-
talks about it, like, when I say normal, he doesn't sound like a dude who's conceited, or he doesn't sound like a dude who's sad
No, he sounds like
anymore.
a salty ex who's trying to play off that he's still cool with what happened.
to. And he also sound like he needs to just shut up and let his play reflect his shit because I'm still waiting for it to translate.
When was the
on
last time we saw him?
into a
But
jump
you didn't-
shot.
Again, if you
Never gonna happen.
What you read it, what he says is that he had problems and he knew he did. He needed help, and the organization that he was with basically said, no, go fucking play, and there's no help needed. You're fine.
Well, you can go get the help on your own.
I get that. But that doesn't mean, again, being able to,
Hell.
whether or not, it's one of those things where it's like,
There's motherfuckers all over the league that would have taught him how to shoot if
it's
he'd
not
asked him
about
to.
shooting, it's about the mental health problems.
Yeah, no, he
Whether
was
or not
saying
he's a
he needed
millionaire or
therapy.
not, who cares? The reality is you can still get fucking issues in your head from shit that happens to you. And it can, whether it's a fucking, I don't shoot, that shit can fuck you up.
Connects to stuff from earlier. It's a really...
Yeah, it all kind of fucking. So my point is he obviously had issues. Whether they were big enough or it's irrelevant. The point is he had issues, and the team supposedly didn't help him in that what he wanted help for. And again, maybe he was being a little much. Who knows? It's
He was.
not my fucking call.
Because at the end of the day, ain't nobody responsible for your mental health but your own self. If you went to your team and they did not help you, then you should have went and found the help on your own. If you knew it was an issue and you felt it was a problem and you were mentally going
I think
through
we're about
things,
to see the Ben Simmons redemption arc the way Jimmy
he
Butler
should have
did.
went out and got his own help.
He probably did, but he still couldn't play.
Well, say that. Don't make it because you're making
I
it
didn't
seem like
listen to
well.
I didn't listen to the whole thing.
We'll
I just
also
heard him
never
talk
know their
about
conversations between him and the ownership of the Philadelphia
and
76ers.
the fucking, because again, if you have the mentality that mental illness isn't real, it's just something you can get the fuck over, then it's going to be really hard to come to grips with the fact that this dude had a problem. The reality is it doesn't matter who you are. You can hit your head while fucking taking a shower, and it can make you depressed for fucking 20 years, just because your wiring gets off. So, if something happened to this dude when he was young, and he ain't ever dealt with it, and then he gets thrown into this world where he's supposed to be this superstar, and then he fucking fails like nobody has failed.
Well, I mean, he's
On
breaking-
top of that, the world has literally just told him he's the worst piece of shit there is, and he can't do shit. So, like, that kind of pressure, that's intense for a 20-something-year-old.
I don't know, Fox. I do completely understand what you're saying, and I do sympathize. But you got 20-year-olds that's dealing with that shit on a daily basis.
Again, they're not saying that
Because the
doesn't
way they be
excuse it.
tearing these celebrities apart on Twitter and all these other places, like,
I mean, there's people.
it
normal
comes with
people
being
do it.
famous.
It's
Just
not
as
even
many
funny.
people that like you, you're gonna have people also that don't
I
like
know,
you, and
but-
they're gonna call you all kind of. They're gonna take every opportunity to say the most nasty, vile things they can say about you. Like,
So because he's famous, he should just be able to ignore it.
I'm not saying he should or shouldn't. I'm just saying, like, it comes along with the territory. So you got to make a decision as to whether or not that's something that you want to deal with. Because at the end of the day, why would you continue to force yourself to be in a situation that is clearly causing you mental unwellness?
He did. He left. That's why he wasn't there.
And maybe basketball is the thing. Maybe it's not just a certain team.
Again, maybe, but that's why he wasn't playing.
Because it don't. If you worried about what the fans are saying and how many people are telling you ain't shit,
I
That
don't-
kind of just comes with, if it's the fans
that comes with the
or
territory.
it's-
That's not the point. You're talking as if these people have any choice in the matter. You can't control how you react. Like, you can, but there's a certain point where I should be good.
Well,
if we
there's
get
always a
hold on,
choice.
if we hit and we get like 1 million subscribers, subscribe and like, by the way.
Subscribe and like, hey, yeah.
If we get 1 million subscribers and we're fucking famous, and then there's thousands of comments, there's gonna be shit comments in there, and I'm pretty
I'm gonna
positive.
love 'em.
I'm pretty positive I can cut them off.
Well, that's you, Fox. Because I'm not going to be able to.
That's the point. Not
My
everyone
feelings don't
can.
get hurt.
Yeah. So my point
And
is,
I may leave the show.
Oh, that's a threat.
no, you wouldn't.
If y'all start talking about me on the internet,
Shut the fuck up. You want them to talk about you.
I'm
Fox,
already talking
I don't
about
want
you
people
on
talking bad about me.
I'm already
As Trump
talking bad
said,
about
there
you
is
on the
no
internets.
Trump. There is no bad press. All press is good press.
I don't want nobody dragging my name through the mud.
Again, if that's my point, no one does.
But it comes with the territory.
At some point, it comes with the territory, but not everyone can deal with it. You just not hear him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear a ski
Imagine if
mask
you're
when we
fucking
get famous.
You're supposed to be this thing, dude. Him not taking that dunk could have been the thing that fucked him up. Like, something happened in his head where all the pressure hit, knowing that he's about to get fouled, and he's probably gonna go to the fucking free throw line and miss those free throws because he can't. And again, should
Yeah,
he make
how
better
many-
free throws? Yeah, but Shaq didn't. So again, you can get through the NBA without being a good free throw shooter. But either way, he was going to miss them.
It's
so
just
that's
trauma-based fear.
so much pressure and
It's trauma-based fear. The man's broken like 6 different parts of his legs over the span of like what 5 years.
Now he should that should be a
That's
sign
just
right
terrifying.
And he's got back issues too. Where he got
there. That should be
Yeah.
a sign right there, sir. That might be your body telling you, girl, this ain't our sport.
Well, he's also 6'10", running down the field the court like he's fucking Curry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Trying to play fucking point.
That might be your body saying, honey,
Now,
this might not be for us.
so I was already on the excuse Ben Simmons for everything.
No,
like,
I'm
trying
not
to change-
excusing you.
No, I am.
I don't care.
Those have been my feelings.
He's
for a
openly
while.
admitting that he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
They didn't like provide the right help for a while. They gave Tobias Harris a way bigger contract. It was a bunch of bad moves in Philly surrounding him just on that stuff.
And on top of
But-
that, him and Embiid never meshed.
So that's one side. That's one side of the mental health argument, though. What about the Kyrie Irving mental health battle?
What about it?
Is it
He's
along
not
those same
admitting his
parameters?
problems.
Kyrie
That's
Irving?
the difference.
He's a flat
Kyrie Irving
earther.
just doesn't want to
I'm
fucking
assuming
go
he's
out.
insane.
He doesn't want to play.
Right, yeah.
He just doesn't want to play half the season. He doesn't understand. Like, he knows that he can play, but why play the whole season? Then I'm going to risk getting injured and lose everything when I can just play half the season, play the playoffs like I want to play, because that's where everything's really at.
Well, a lot of that stuff with Kyrie Irving, too, was with the mandate not wanting to get vaccinated and stuff like that.
That's true.
A lot of those are mental health battles as well.
Are they?
Inclusive, yeah.
So,
I mean,
so
he was
you
getting-
to other people, it's just how it's a normal way of thinking.
No, but he's also the guy who was getting screamed at from Brooklyn streets, saying that you're the reason we're losing and all that shit. So he was facing the
Well,
same.
I'm sure he's dealing with pressure.
Similar
too.
advisors.
And again, he doesn't seem like the dude that's got mental health issues, though. That's different. Having mental health. Well, hold on. Let me rephrase that. His mental health issues aren't dealing with depression and anxiety and things of that nature. His mental health issues are dealing
That
with
we know of.
that we know of, as far as we know. Which we again, he would have said if he said it, I'd have heard it. But either way, it's more to deal with his ego and more to deal with the fact that he knows more than you. He's the best there is. Period.
Not if he talking about the earth is flat.
He's gone back on that, but
Has
I
he
hope
really
so.
since?
yeah, I think
Oh.
he's gone back on
I
that.
hope so.
B.O.B.
Oh,
has.
I didn't know that one. B.O.B. has,
And that's why he ain't put out another nothing since
Yeah,
then.
he's put out some albums.
Which is funny because he's been on an
It
airplane.
ain't been nothing worth nothing.
I like.
He
one
has a
of them.
song about airplanes with Haley Williams, and he's been on an airplane, so he should see the curvature.
I don't understand how that's the part that
Well,
escapes
I mean, if
me.
you only
Anybody
go to
that's
New
been on a
York,
plane.
You don't get high enough, I don't think, to see it.
What?
If you go to New York, I don't think you get high enough to see the curvature. You have to go to to get. I don't. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I feel like I've seen
I
it.
think so. I was about to say, let me pull my phone up because I've taken quite a few videos on planes.
Anyway,
Is it plain to see?
so has it changed your
plain to see?
mind? Back to my point, I brought
whole
up
nother
Simmons
plane of view.
because if Simmons is playing MVP Simmons with
When has he ever played MVP?
Right.
the
I was
season
about to
before
say-
he went fucking haywire, yeah, he was in the MVP talks.
He was maybe in the Defensive Player of the Year talks. I don't think he was ever in the MVP talks. We're talking about eras of Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and Steph Curry.
Again, not legit talks because Giannis won it those years, but he
Oh
was.
yeah, sorry.
You know what I'm
The
saying? Like
disrespect for not
again,
including
I'm
Giannis.
saying, but he
That's-
was having all pro.
Yeah, he
He's
was
all team,
all NBA, like second or third team.
Yeah, something like that. Which means you're a fucking all star.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. No, fair. I mean, Ben Simmons has always just been underwhelming as fuck. I think if he got drafted to a different franchise, say like one with much better infrastructure that wasn't as volatile as Philly's been, especially over the past 20 years, say like the Spurs.
Mhm.
Like if Ben Simmons went to your Spurs and got trained and coached by Popovich to actually work on proper things at a good pace,
Yeah.
and I don't know obviously their locker rooms or their fucking practices or anything, but they've always had definitely a calmer
Yeah, that was
demeanor.
a bad jump, huh?
And if you just don't fit, you don't fit. And they were trying to force that to work for so long.
Yeah, because he was the number one pick. Was like he? What do you remember the hype about him coming
Yeah.
out?
Oh yeah.
I wasn't paying attention then. I had no idea because the Pistons weren't even close. Like I think they were in the lottery, but they were in that lottery point where it's like
Which is we fuck
No
up
chance.
for getting that draft. We made some poor decision in that draft. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty good at that. Pretty good at that.
Here, check his draft status.
Let them stay out there and work that out for a minute.
Ben Simmons draft. It was a 2016 draft. Ben Simmons was pick 1.
Obviously.
Then it went Tatum and then Joel Embiid.
Wait, what?
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, no.
I was about to say that don't make no sense.
No, I was looking at the wrong thing.
Because there's no way Tatum would.
There we go.
Tatum was the Fultz draft.
Oh, okay, no, it was Ben Simmons, then Brandon Ingram, and then Jaylen Brown. And Sabonis, Siakam. This is actually a pretty good draft. Siakam, DeJounte Murray, and then Malcolm Brogdon.
Who did we draft?
Who did we draft? Oh God, no, I was completely wrong there. I'm sorry. I keep looking at the wrong things.
Good Lord.
Ben Simmons, Brandon Ingram, Jaylen Brown. Those are the top 3 picks.
Yes.
Dragon Bender.
Who's that?
Miami.
Are you sure we didn't draft him? Then it went Chris Dunn. Chris Dunn might be who we drafted.
No, we didn't draft Chris Dunn. You might have.
Picked.
How you not just looked up the list?
I'm on the list. Oh, there we finally are. I don't know why we were so late. Pick 18, Henry Ellison was our
Ooh.
first pick of this draft.
Who
Ooh.
went after him? That's the question. Because again,
Right after Malik Beasley, and then Karis LeVert. Furkan Korkmaz had a couple good years.
Karis would have been a better pick.
Siakam was at 27, like 10 picks later.
damn.
Siakam would have been a
And
great
DeJounte Murray was 2 picks after him.
pick.
Yeah, the draft is such.
Oh, and then the best player of the draft,
Okay.
Zubac.
So back to my point. Has it changed your mind on how the East is going to finish?
Yeah.
Do you think Brooklyn is more apt to be chasing that top spot if everyone plays? Obviously, if you lose Kyrie or you lose Durant for a sustained amount of time, you're kind of fucked either way. But if they
True.
all play, all 3 of them,
And I think there's actually only one team in the East that can really actually guard them really well.
and that's Boston, isn't it?
Miami.
Mm-hmm.
But Boston's a better defensive team.
No, but what's alarming is Miami already had one of the deepest rosters in the East.
And
They're all older, and they're all kind of ring chasing together at this point, except for a few.
Yeah.
Bam and Tyler are kind of the young guys still on the team. I'm seeing all their practice videos, though. Everybody's playing and everybody's healthy. And for Oladipo was a Defensive Player of the Year candidate at one point in his career from shooting guard. Like, he's a shooting guard, and he was in that conversation. He's going to be back at full health. Duncan Robinson back at full health. Tyler Hero back at full health. Like, that team is... Kyle Lowry, I think, is coming back at full health, too. Yeah, I saw him in the practice videos. That team is deep. And I think they're a matchup nightmare for Brooklyn. But that'll be a great 6 or 7 game series. I just hope we see as many 7 game series in the playoffs as possible. That's all I'm hoping
I
for.
don't know why this tickles me so.
I mean, isn't it Milwaukee? I mean, to be honest, isn't it Milwaukee's to lose if they're healthy?
No, it's got to be Brooklyn's to lose if they're healthy. If we're talking like dream scenario of pure health.
I don't know, man. Giannis. Kevin Durant's on the back end of his career. Kyrie's on the
Not
back
to
end.
mention, Brooklyn doesn't have anybody that's going to guard Kevin.
Exactly. So they're
Giannis.
desperate.
They don't have
I know they're
anybody
desperate.
that's going to...
Giannis is at his peak.
They don't have anybody that's even going to slow him
He's a freight
down.
train. He's a fucking
Yes,
freight
and Brooklyn
train.
has no one that's even going to
If
slow him
he
down.
fucking goes off for like playoff wise, if he
40?
averages 40.
Yeah. Yep, 40 is in the realm. It is in the realm of
Because
possibilities.
I feel like he's gonna hold off a little bit in the regular season, and he's gonna be hammered.
He has to, because
Yeah.
he learned what happened last year, not having enough in the tank at the very, very end.
But that's just because he didn't have help.
He also had to have a whole series against KD, so like that's exhausting.
Against who?
Kevin Durant before Boston.
No, he didn't. Boston
Oh,
swept.
I'm thinking 2 years ago. My bad.
Boston swept.
Am I thinking of 2 years?
Yeah, because Boston swept Brooklyn. And then
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Milwaukee beat fucking beat Philly or something.
Yeah, actually, I think it was Philly.
It was Philly because it was a busted up. No, Milwaukee lost to Boston. Yeah, to go to the Eastern Conference Championship. Who did they beat in the first round?
The Bulls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bulls. I don't think they're making the playoffs.
You don't think they're making the playoffs this year? Because they're still a good
No,
team.
I think the Pistons are going to take their spot.
They got all athleticism on their side, but they ain't no. I never seen any structure when I play them.
There's nobody that's.
They don't.
no
They don't play a good team
cohesiveness.
game. That's
They
fair.
need
Yes.
they
But
need ball.
individually,
Lonzo Ball actually was.
If they have ball,
a
then it's
glue.
a different thing. But without ball, they don't have any.
even with him,
They're better.
I mean they are
For sure.
better. But it's just. It's like
I think this is
it's like
gonna be a
it's like
dogfight.
somebody to put a team of ISO players together.
I have
And you
6
trying to
teams
expect them to
I
play.
could easily see in the finals in the East.
Who?
Milwaukee, Brooklyn, Boston, Miami, Philadelphia, and Cleveland. Actually, I could see all 6 of those teams
I
in the
don't
finals.
agree. I don't
Cleveland's a little
disagree.
bit of a stretch.
I was about
That's
to say
the one
that's the
stretch
only
team.
one I don't fully agree with.
But
But other than that, I
Even just
completely
5
agree.
teams that are like, that's not a
Yeah.
hyperbole.
Yeah.
It could happen easily.
The only way Cleveland has a chance if Mitchell goes into.
Or we forget about Darius Garland, Jared Allen.
Garland is nowhere close to as
I believe,
powerful as
yeah,
Mitchell. I'm
rookie of the
sorry.
year.
I mean, but
Doesn't
you also
matter. Mitchell
but,
is one of those dudes. He dropped 57 in a playoff game.
Yeah,
but
it's different,
also
yeah.
think about it.
He's
Even
different.
though his team is not top, he's automatically one of the top guards in the East now. So
Yeah.
that will
In the
count for
NBA.
something.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying just breaking it down to who his competition and
Well,
who he's going to be
Second
playing.
best shooting guard in the league, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
point
Behind Booker.
scorers. Not guard, because he sucks at defense.
Yeah, he don't play no
He don't
defense.
play no defense.
Shooting guard. He
But
is
that's
very
the thing-
good at that thing.
That's the
Shooting.
thing about it. I mean, James Harden has made a career not playing no defense. Steph Curry has made a career not playing no defense.
Well, Steph plays better defense.
The only 2 guard I
He
have
has
over
gotten better
Donovan-
as of late, but
Who's a better 2 guard better than Donovan Mitchell besides Devin Booker? That's the only one I can think of.
two guard,
Yeah.
I don't know who's the 2 guard. There's no.
Like shooting
DeRozan. No, DeRozan is
He's a.
probably more.
And I
talented.
don't think he's better than Donovan Mitchell. Donovan DeRozan?
Defensively?
You would take Donovan Mitchell over DeRozan.
Defensively.
Yeah, he's silly.
On both sides of the ball.
No, because DeMar is gonna give you both sides of the ball. You know Donovan Mitchell don't play defense, but DeMar does.
Like you just said, 57 in a playoff game.
That's fine.
Part of the most electric playoff series. In
Let's
recent
be
memory.
perfectly honest about dropping a lot of points. There's a complete difference in dropping a lot of points because you on fire and you having a balling ass game, or dropping 57 points because you have to, because nobody else on your team is doing shit.
And he did. He had to. On that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, bro,
So
if
you're
nobody-
faulting him for having to do it and then doing it? It's-
no, I'm not. I'm saying there is legitimately a difference, bro. Because at the end of the day, if you play on a team of 5 people and 4 of them motherfuckers ain't doing shit, obviously you're gonna get the attempts and you're gonna get the chances.
Was
But
Kobe's 81 impressive? Was Kobe's
it's completely
81
different
impressive?
when you're in a natural game and you just hot, so they feeding the hot hand. It's different. It's a difference.
Is
Like,
Kobe's
you,
I get
81
what you're
impressive?
yes, because
So-
one of
so
those
hold
looks
on.
like
Because
The
it's in a
81
loss.
The 81 happened in fucking.
In a loss.
And it happened in the regular season.
it doesn't matter. What I was about to say is the difference is one of those is a stat line that looks like 24 of 30, whatever, and one of them is fucking 20 of 52 or 30 of 60 because
No,
you
no,
took
wait.
60 shots. that was
gotta
how you got to
compare these stat lines.
57. Like, let's just be perfectly honest. And even if Kobe falls in that category, you can put him there. But I just view
Well, you know he does.
scoring a lot of points to me is not the end all be all, especially when there are a lot of people that score a lot of points just out of necessity simply because there's nobody else doing fucking shit. So you're the only person, you have to do it because you got to drag this team
His
to a
57
win.
points were on 19 of 33. A shade under 60%.
That's not bad.
You've already admitted that he had to do it all by himself. Having a good percentage at it just means he was good while doing it. It doesn't negate the fact.
It's
bitch,
impressive.
you-
It is.
and nothing more beyond that.
What's DeMar DeRozan's career high?
I don't know, 50. No, probably 48.
I'm curious myself.
But DeRozan's got his own thing where he's like he's got like.
I don't
40
understand
points
why
and-
we having this conversation when we
52.
know
He had
one
a
of those
52
guards
point
plays
game.
defense and one doesn't. I don't know
that's a
why
good
we're
point.
having this conversation.
We talked about defense.
First of all, Donovan Mitchell's never had to learn defense.
It doesn't matter. If you're talking about who you're gonna take,
Yes, he did. He was supposed to he played on.
Do you think Devin Booker?
no, he
Plays
he played with Rudy Gobert. He didn't necessarily have to have good defense because if they blew
Does-
by him,
does
they weren't gonna be
D-Book
able to score
play defense?
anyway.
Does Devin Booker play defense?
No, and I don't like him either.
You put DeMar DeRozan over Devin Booker too?
I would take him over Devin Booker.
You're a madman.
Okay, yeah.
are
So,
mad.
what's the point of taking a person that's going to give you all those points, but at the same time give them up?
Because last I checked,
Why would
the
you
way
not
win
take
a-
somebody who can at least score and stop people from scoring?
Because the last
That's
I checked,
asinine
the
to me.
person with the most points at the end of the game wins the game.
Okay, and
And that's your job as
that
a
is
shooting
why
guard.
Phoenix is in the position they've been in.
In conference finals and like ball
And
players?
losing close
and NBA
games
finals?
because they give up just as many points as they score.
Yeah, they still ain't won shit.
Exactly.
And
Now,
they-
granted, DeMar
and they
DeRozan
got-
hasn't
Where-
either,
where
but
did
you're
you
putting
have-
Booker up as the argument, and you're slaying yourself with this argument because Booker is trash.
What did DeMar
if we're
DeRozan
being
do for
perfectly
your Spurs?
honest,
Hold on.
outside of
What
being a
did he do for your
3-point,
Spurs?
he's a great 3-point shooter. What else? What else does Devin
Hold
Booker
on,
do?
hold on. He's a local boy, so
Okay, local boy, my ass. I'm not from around this motherfucker. He can shoot good threes
What?
outside of that.
And he can
Because,
drive.
bitch, how dare you
He's
not
got
play
a
no
drive
defense?
Are you still salty over what he did to your Spurs?
No.
Oh.
Because I'm that way with everybody. I'm biased as a motherfucker. Or non-biased, I mean.
it's
I-
only because he's here.
everybody
that-
get this work.
The only reason he even associates with the Pistons is because his husband is a Pistons fan. The same way Paul only associates with the Spurs because of him.
True.
And I get on his ass because he's still trying to make me believe that fucking Chauncey Billups should be talked about. And I'm like, no, he will not. I don't give a damn that he came to Detroit and did well.
It's Mr. Big Shot.
I don't give a fuck. The only big shot I know is Big Shot Bob.
Okay. Well, DeMar DeRozan is not a better player than Donovan Mitchell or Devin Booker.
That's
No,
that's
not
beside
what
the
we
point.
said. Who would you want defensively?
Yes, who I'm taking.
You're saying-
Defensively,
No, you said that-
DeMar
no.
DeRozan is the best defender out of those three. But
That's what we were
offensively,
talking
there's
about.
so many more shades above.
We weren't talking about offense.
Yeah, we were talking.
That's
about
why I was wondering why you was going on that
Yeah.
tangent.
You said
like, I'll take Drew
defensive-
Holiday over DeMar DeRozan defensively.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because Drew Holiday is strong as fuck.
He's a better defender, but he's not a better player.
Okay, but we were talking about defenders.
defensive.
We've already had our discussions for who we think are the better players.
Okay. Oh, best defensive guards right now then? I don't think we've talked about
That
best
wasn't the
defensive
discussion we
guards.
were having. We were comparing the two that we were talking about at the moment defensively.
Well, yeah, no, but they're going to put up
Either way.
ridiculous stats.
You're trying to take this on another tangent because you
I
want to
don't
find
think-
some way to pick Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
I don't think Cleveland's going to do much.
They're not.
Evan
Donovan
Mobley
Mitchell's
looks
probably going to
great.
have an amazing year.
I think that I really think that
Because
I'm going to
that-
doubt Ricky Rubio.
That is
I'm
the
gonna
question.
doubt
Where are they
the
going to
Mobley
find
hype.
defense from?
Can doubt
That is
Ricky
the question.
Rubio.
Where are they
Evan
going to find
Mobley is a
defense?
great defender.
he is.
One player.
Great defender.
He is.
One player.
He'll end up in Detroit at some point.
One
It'll be
player.
Cade and Mobley on the team. It'll be like
No way.
it'll like the LeBron.
You've
thing.
named one player as a good defender.
Jared Allen's a good defender. Jared Allen, and
I'll
honestly,
give you that.
Darius
I'll
Garland
give you
is no
good.
slouch.
I'll
Darius
give you
Garland
good.
is no
He
slouch
is
in
a
the-
slouch, but I will give you good on Jared Allen.
Darius Garland ain't no slouch on the defensive side either.
Agree to disagree.
Oh,
He could be better.
Cleveland's just deep. That's a
He
deep
could
team.
be better. Deep don't mean shit if all you got is fucking mediocrity. You need some. You need some.
Mediocrity.
You need some
Look at
step
the
ups.
Pistons, man.
Yeah, look at the Pistons, right?
They used
Deep
to
as
have
hell.
deepness, and then it was all just bullshit.
Now now
Okay,
don't get me
nobody
wrong.
can
What
shit.
about Miami or
Who-
Boston being deep?
Who playing the
They're
four
the same.
for Cleveland?
Say it again.
Who playing the four?
Evan Mobley for the most part.
Okay, that's their starter.
Yeah, and they had Laurie Marketing playing the small forward a lot last year. And they also have Isaac Okoro, who's a great defender on that team. That team's good.
Inexperienced though.
Yeah. There's some players that are experienced and some
Isaac
more
is
not.
inexperienced.
And how much experience did Donovan Mitchell just bring in for the playoffs?
I don't know.
That's huge.
I'm
That
still
is
not.
huge.
I'm
That
not being
alone.
convinced.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell's been
I'm
in
not
the
being
playoffs
convinced.
I don't
every
think
year
they're
of his
gonna be.
career.
I don't even think they're going to be better than the Pistons. I think the Pistons are going to beat them every time.
I think
they
so
play them.
too.
Pistons over Cleveland this year.
Yeah.
I think Cade. I'm telling you,
If
Cade is
if the
gonna
Pistons
go
don't take a
off.
huge step back, yes, because if they
there's no
continue with the
injuries-
progression that they've been going on
Again,
and they
if
stay
somebody
healthy,
gets injured,
yes.
you lose Cade half the year. That's different, and it's just be expected that hey, you're not. What are you gonna do? You're gonna be competitive, but if you got
Let me tell
all
you,
your players and you just added
the way Bagley finna take this Bagley
Bagley. Yeah, I like how Bagley. I think
finna
Bagley,
take this next step up,
Yeah.
baby.
He's talking about being on the bench.
That's fine. That's
Sometimes
fine.
that's what the next step up is, recognizing that you helped the team better coming off the bench.
I mean, yes, sometimes, but I would rather not that for him. I want Bogdanovich to come off the bench, but I don't see it happening.
We'll see what happens.
And I was about to say, after Bogdanovich get in there and show you that he can't really do shit,
Well, he may show
Spot
you.
up threes, baby.
they're
No, spot up threes.
They're gonna need more than that.
Spot up threes.
They're gonna need more than that.
We won. We literally just
And
got Luke
they're
Kennard
gonna
out
need-
of a time machine, and that's
They're gonna need more than that, and Bagley provides that.
Because Bagley can shoot the three.
Yes, and he can also rebound like a motherfucker.
I'm worried about the Pistons a little defensively.
I'm not.
No.
No, I think Cade's a great defender.
Yes, I think Cade is a
Yes.
great defender.
I think fucking Sadiq is.
Sadiq, yes, is another one. Supposedly, now we gonna have to see how true this is, but supposedly Beef Student took another step
Oh, he shoots threes
defensively.
Seeing
So
as
we're
his-
going to see.
His defensive problems were never really. It's more he
He
doesn't
was.
get the
He didn't
rebound.
know what the fuck he was doing. I thought.
and he never got the rebound.
I thought he was. I thought yes. Well, okay. Maybe he wasn't getting the rebound due to inexperience, and he didn't know. He don't know the tricks of
I mean, like
being
look,
in the league, boxing out.
Look who
getting
taught him
around
though.
people.
Wasn't it Cody Zeller?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh man, I gotta say though, I went to the last time the Pistons were in the playoffs. I went to the game 4 of the mollywhopping that Giannis was handing out.
Oh yeah.
It was brutal. I watched all 3 games on the TV, and then I went to the 4th one, and watching this poor boy Cody Zeller trying to block Giannis, it was like a truck hitting a sedan.
He ran circles around that man.
He didn't run circles. Giannis runs straight lines, and they're through
Well-
things. He's like the Juggernaut in X-Men. It doesn't matter what's in that straight line. It's
He
gone.
ran circles around that man by running straight through him.
I think that closeout game, Giannis had like 39, 16, and like 4 blocks.
Yeah, it's kind of silly.
I think the biggest thing for the Pistons will be getting to a point to where Dwayne Casey can actually coach them how he wants to. Because it has been very evident that he has a vision for this team, but the pieces are not there or are not where they need to be for him to do what he is trying to do. And I need them to get where they need to be because for whatever reason, I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I trust Dwayne Casey.
You do.
I feel like the reason Toronto won that championship is because of all the work that he put in, and all they were missing was one piece, and they got that piece, and somebody else got the credit for it. Because if we being perfectly honest, did you not, all those years with Dwayne Casey and the Raptors when they had DeMar and Kyle Lowry, did you not always feel like they was right there? Like,
Yeah.
it was just something was missing.
You need something to take out LeBron.
Whatever that thing was that was
yeah.
missing, I mean,
The Heat. Yeah, no, the Heat. That was the thing.
I don't even know if that was really the thing though, because if you look back at those series,
It was Dwayne Wade and LeBron. Like,
they
yeah, that was the thing.
fucking still took them to the wire though.
He's talking recently.
I mean,
Well,
when did Dwayne
no,
Casey
that's-
leave? He left in like 20.
The Raptors.
He
won
left in 2018, right?
Yeah,
Because they won in
no.
2019.
He's talking about when DeMar DeRozan was there, though, and that's like we're talking like a decade back.
Cleveland shit. When they lost because it was Cleveland because he left Cleveland and went to fucking L.A. in the year that he left Cleveland and lost because first year in L.A. he didn't make the playoffs. That's
Right.
when Toronto got to the fucking finals finally. So it was LeBron. If he beats LeBron because it's like 3 or 4 years.
No,
LeBron and
that's
Cleveland-
no. I think that's just a coincidence.
No. What I'm saying is, if Kawhi, you give him Kawhi the year before against LeBron, he still beats that Cleveland LeBron.
Oh,
team.
he left Toronto in 2017. Okay, so it was actually the Warriors that stopped that team from even doing anything, regardless. So it wouldn't have mattered. Like
Who?
when DeMar DeRozan was on Toronto.
See, all of that is irrelevant because you still got to beat whatever team is across from you. That is still the irrelevant point. But I'm saying like them making it to the finals and getting a chance at playing for a championship. It always felt like they were just one piece of whatever.
Did Kawhi play for Toronto for 2 years?
One.
Yeah,
How the fuck did? How does that make sense then?
he won a ring there and then went to the Clippers.
I know, but they traded him, DeMar, for Kawhi.
Yeah, and he got them a chip and left.
I know, but he says he plays 2 years in fucking San Antonio in 2018 and 19.
And
DeMar?
2020. He
Yeah.
played 3 years.
We kept DeMar longer than they kept Kawhi.
I understand that, but what year did the Raptors win?
2019. Well, it was the 2018 season, but obviously the championship was played in 2019.
Oh, it was 2018
Yeah, you're
season.
confusing yourself. Think about it now.
Yeah, 2019.
Yes, the championship for that year is always played in the
I
following
know,
year.
but it just said that he played 77 games in 2018 for the San Antonio Spurs.
That who?
Fucking DeMar DeRozan. That's confusing.
How?
If they traded for him in 2019,
No, 2019. He was. No, that was a different trade then. Because I don't think Kawhi was there for 2 years. Was he injured for a whole fucking year?
No, he played 1 year, got his ring, and bounced.
Yeah, they have him down for 1 year. He left in
2018.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically the 2018, they call it that's confusing how they have that.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, you have to think about it like this. It's the 2018-19 season.
I get that now, but it's the way they
He
have it.
played
on there.
77 games in the 2018-19 season, even though technically he probably only played 30 games, if at best, in 2018 because he only played October,
And then he
November,
played the
December.
year after. No, he went to the Clippers, and then he took the Clippers to the finals, and
No.
busted himself up. The conference
Oh,
finals.
conference finals, yeah.
And then
I
busted
was about to say the
himself.
Clippers
like,
have. I don't think they've ever been in the
No, they've
finals.
only been to conference finals one time too, and it was with fucking Kawhi.
Yes.
And he busted his leg, and he was out, and Phoenix got there because of it.
If they are fully healthy, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George this year should be the best defensive wings in the league. Talking about like on the elbow. Like I don't think anyone's gonna be hitting jumpers on.
But I don't think it's gonna matter though,
Why not?
because I
Kawhi's
think
done it
the weak
before.
part of that defense is the interior. So if you can find
I
a
can't
way,
even vouch for Reggie Jackson. I watched too many years of him.
if you can find a way to get into the paint or to run your offense through the paint, then they can be beat.
True.
Who is their center?
Who?
The Clippers. I don't even know who their center is. That's
Zubac.
He's a white guy.
Who?
Ivaka Zubac.
There you go. That all need to be said.
And then Kawhi Leonard plays power forward. Paul George plays small forward. Luke Kennard plays small shooting guard, and Reggie Jackson plays the point right now, I think. No, John Wall plays the point.
Well, and that's the thing about it. John Wall is going to add a new wrinkle, but I don't know if that wrinkle is going to be good or bad for them.
I'm just excited to see him play again.
I feel like
Houston didn't play him once.
I feel like he
Or
could
no, I
come
think a couple
in
games,
and fuck shit up based off chemistry issues. Because the type of player he is.
But they've barely played together already, so there's no chemistry to fuck up.
That's the thing. But I'm saying like
It was
in the
just
sense
Paul George
of,
with a bunch of ex-Pistons.
I'm saying in the sense of the type of player he is could not mesh
Show me the
well.
lines, Steve. It was Paul George and the ex-Pistons.
Yeah.
Sound like X-Men.
I mean, John Wall is a fast break point guard, but at the same time, like
Denver. We're completely forgetting about Denver.
that's for good reason. That's for good reason.
If they're healthy, I mean, eventually the wheels are gonna fall off of Jokic. I can't imagine he has a lot in the tank for his career.
Why do you say that?
They had their
He's
chance to
young for
prove
one.
something to me.
But just even the
2
way he
years
plays,
ago.
it's like he's out of shape. Let's be real. Jokic is out of shape.
He did pretty good in the fucking Euro Basketball League thing.
Yeah, so did
Jokic ain't the
so
problem.
did Hernan Gomez. Is he the king? Like we're not. Yeah, that's
Jokic ain't
You're
the problem.
Jokic definitely ain't the problem. It's the health of Michael
It's
Porter
everybody
Jr.
else.
and shit. What's
It's
Jamal
everybody
Murray.
else.
Yeah, Jamal.
Everybody else. Because at the end of the day, I don't think that team stacks up.
No. I think actually
You
Minnesota
take the-
tears them up.
Yes, you take
Minnesota
those
tears
players
them up.
off of that team and just look at them individually. I wouldn't even put Jamal Murray amongst the top guards in the West. He is a good guard, don't get me wrong.
But he's a bad defender.
Yes, and I have so many other guards. I
Donovan
would take
Mitchell's a
before
better
him.
defender than him. Let's be real there.
That's
Jamal
hurtful.
Murray's a goddamn paper
That's hurtful,
plate.
but it may not be wrong.
He's a paper plate.
That may not be wrong.
He is a napkin trying to stop a bull.
I'm just saying.
That is
And now, because outside of Jokic, he's the only person that you could take off that team and say, yeah, he's worth something anywhere else.
he's the one that made that series electric. with
There you
Donovan
go.
Mitchell.
I mean, Jamal Murray hit some clutch shots.
What was there 4 50-point games in that series?
Yeah. He hit some clutch shots, but...
It's exciting as hell basketball, man. In that bubble, too.
And they have a rivalry.
Well,
you know,
that's
that
why.
Utah-Denver
That's true.
rivalry
The
is...
bubble
The
made
bubble was exciting.
It was because there was no fans, so it made it a little.
And it was just airing everywhere, though. But there was, like, the cool digital fans. Like, I popped up there once.
Did
Because
you?
because it was so easy to get on. And they were flipping through so many throughout the day.
Oh, wow.
And I was just taking those days off and sitting at home all day. I was watching, like, 13 hours of playoff basketball. Great time. It was all on fucking TNT.
I fucking...
Yeah, but then you watched LA win, and it's like, oh.
I check out. I don't
Honestly,
watch
I
nobody
was
win if it
okay
ain't
with
the
them that
Spurs.
year. I don't know what it was. That was the one year I was like, this
No.
is like lights, camera, action.
I
It's
didn't want
LA.
him to get
This
his
is-
fourth one.
Why not?
Because I don't like LeBron.
Yeah.
I don't like LeBron either, but
I didn't
Fuck
want
it.
him to get 4. But I do rest in
AD
fact...
got one.
I rest in the fact knowing that he'll never get 5. So I'm good.
That's not guaranteed.
He's not gonna win another one.
Dude, hold on. The question is, if,
Where's Bronny going? Because that's where the ring will be got.
He's not gonna win.
hold on. So
You might as well hang that up.
where if you
He's
take
not gonna win another one.
if you take out the bubble, and the season finishes, does LA even have a chance in real life?
No,
No, this year, no.
No. That year.
no. It was rigged.
Oh, I don't
They didn't have
know.
a chance then.
I don't think it was rigged. But
I'm gonna stand by what I said.
there's a lot of franchises and teams, especially from that year, that relied on like their home team, like their crowds.
Yeah.
Like they rely on that that ampage, I guess is what you can call it. And a lot of teams thrive on that, and LA just doesn't need it because they have enough drama within that's loud as fuck. So
What
Let
does
me
that have
tell
to do
you.
with, was the team talented enough to actually get through the fucking
No.
playoffs that year?
It's
No.
LeBron James and Anthony Davis. You can't say no to that. At one
Yes,
point,
you
Anthony,
can.
Anthony Davis was a top 5 player in the league at one point.
Yes, you can.
Anthony Davis was a top
They
5
also
player
had some
in the
other
league at one
players
point.
too, didn't it? Like Danny Green.
KCP balled out, and then Danny Green didn't do shit.
Alex Caruso.
He won a ring sitting on the bench doing
We
nothing.
got the Caruso that year. That's
I
when it
mean, he
started.
played well. He played well.
No one can hate him.
I can.
The Taylor Horton Tucker came out of nowhere because of all
I
that
can hate
nonsense.
him. You
Didn't
playing
they
with
trade him
LeBron
too?
Yeah, and he's not that good.
None of them were.
None of them.
Shit. That was a LeBron-led team that he put together.
Oh, you're forgetting
And
Portland,
they said,
too.
girl, let's pave the way for her.
And KD was injured for that, wasn't he? I'm almost positive KD was injured. For
Yeah,
the
he was
bubble.
out for the bubble.
Changes everything.
There you go, right there.
Yeah.
That's what happened. They said, oh, girl, KD out. Let's set this shit up for him.
How did Giannis not win?
That's a guy who thrives off his crowd, though. Big time. Big time.
That does, yeah, because that does change a lot.
Watch
Not
Giannis'
having a
home
crowd.
games, and they're different than his away
Yeah,
games.
that does change a lot.
Even as away games, people get excited for him.
Yeah, because he's a
That's crazy.
I mean,
He's a
the
freak.
fact that he's been able to get away with being named the Greek Freak, I was like, okay. And then he
when people
definitely...
when you were talking about him, I'm like, I don't want to hear about this fucking dude. For one, he's in Milwaukee. So fuck Milwaukee.
It's funny. Shaq was asked about it. He was like, someone asked him. He was like, "Who do you think's gonna be like the next you in the league?" And he's like, "I'm already in it. My name is Giannis Antetokounmpo."
Yeah. I mean, no, because Giannis can shoot fucking free throws.
There you go.
Yeah, no, but I think it was more just so on a play on like the athletic nature of it all, because no one's guarding
the
that
dominance.
man.
Yeah,
It's
dominance. No one is great. There are people that can probably slow him down, but nobody is stopping him.
No,
Nobody. Who can you say can truly lock him down? What other center?
from him driving the lane.
All of the other
Like
ones that
him?
are tall enough
No.
are too slow.
I don't
And
think
the ones that are
Kawhi can.
fast enough aren't tall enough.
They
or
always
bigger
play
enough.
at the end of the playoffs when he gets beaten. It's always help defense and honestly like zone defense where they're literally just tapping two people on him.
That's really all you can
Anytime he
do.
gets the ball.
That's all you can do
Any
is send
fucking
two
time,
people
yeah.
on him. Double team
And
and
then
Yeah.
he's
That's
usually
where
just
Middleton-
elbowing one in the next like year, and then he only has one to deal with.
there you go.
He has post moves too for his like athletic build, which is nuts.
And
So
those
is he like
elbows
a-
are sharp as fuck. Nobody wants to get in the way of when he swing on the block. Nobody wants to get in the way of those fucking elbows. That
Fuck no, they're huge. Those elbows are huge.
take one of those elbows to the chest one time.
You're bruised for a couple
and
weeks.
you yeah, you'll think twice. And that's another reason why he has his way, because he's strong as fuck. Unless you as big as him, then
Not
you
the
can't take that
strongest in the
punishment.
league, though.
I mean, he's not, but if
It's
you put the
Steven
strongest
Adams.
you put the strongest up against him, and he uses his speed on him because he makes Steven Adams look like a fool.
bitch, yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
but then he
it's-
gonna give him a crossover and fucking dunk on him. And Steven Adams tries he might, can probably jump with him, but he gonna get dunked on. He is.
How many more years?
He's not
of his
nearly
dominance
as
is he ever
athletic.
getting?
At least 3 or 4.
That's a good question.
At least 3 or 4.
Well, it could be more if he actually adds in like a hook, like a Kareem.
You know what?
If he busts out the hook, if he starts busting out a hook shot,
It would be, bro. It would be unguardable.
He can't
It would be
He
unguardable.
can't get
No,
past people, so he just like fuck it.
nobody
the
would.
shoulder bump into the hook. Do you know how much space that man would have?
Nobody could stop that.
No one
Joel would have the best chance at slowing it down, but
Nobody-
nobody could stop
Could, no
that.
one could stop Kareem.
There,
Sorry,
there
yeah.
you go. There you go.
I mean, there's a reason why he was the leader.
The
for
dream
a long
shake.
time.
No one could stop Shaq's post moves except for Tim Duncan.
And Ben Wallace.
And that was finesse.
That was one
well,
year.
that was
Yeah.
One great year.
force and finesse. Because Ben Wallace definitely used force. He
Billups was
was just like,
just on a podcast himself, and he's talking about because they were expecting to get Carmelo, like as a players.
Oh my God, the world completely different.
Yeah, the world is completely different, and he's like, yeah, because we were already talking about putting Tayshaun onto the bench because he wanted to compete with like a 6-man of the year role with the way he played and stuff like that, and like they were like already on this mindset, and then they suddenly just it fell apart in
Like,
one night.
Melo came out when LeBron came out. But if Melo comes out any other year, dude, they talk about him the same way they talked about LeBron.
Yeah, that was a tight rookie of the year race between him and LeBron.
No, I'm just saying like the draft hype, because the draft hype was LeBron's first. You're not taking anybody else. You're
Yeah,
taking
no.
LeBron first. You put Melo in any other year, and there's no choice.
Melo.
You're taking Melo.
Yep.
The dude, I mean, he was the leading scorer in fucking college basketball, wasn't he?
yeah.
I believe so, yeah.
Like, And he went through and won the chip with Syracuse.
Oh, that's a weird what if. If LeBron did 1 year at college, do you think he would have been the leading scorer in college?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, dude, he scored. What did he score? Like 18, 19 points, 20
In
points
the
a year?
NBA? In his rookie year?
Yeah. He'd have scored fucking 40.
No, I don't know about that.
Depends on where he goes.
No, I can't see him scoring that many points without a jumper.
Yeah, because the game is different.
I give him 20 points a game, but
How much did Zion average? 20?
Well, he barely played as well.
Yeah,
Because he had the foot injury coming out of
He
the
was injured.
NCAA tournament.
I give him.
How much did Zion average in college? Like 20.
Oh, that Duke team. Like,
Actually, he wasn't. He was like 19. Because I remember they were talking. The reason why I was so hopeful for Cade, I remember them talking. He's one of the first, like the last guy
Zion
that
college
22 points.
that averaged. Did he average 22 points in college?
Yeah.
Him, and then it's fucking. I think Duncan averaged 20 points in college. The last first overall pick. Like first overall picks don't average.
Zion played 20 or 61 games in 2020, and averaged 27. Where was I for this year?
Oh, that's all they talk about.
You
Because he was
stupid.
point Zion.
Yeah.
They call it the point Zion era because he basically had no one else on the team. So basically, he just trashed everyone. He ran by everyone. He barked like he looks like a Barkley, but faster and way more explosive.
Yeah.
Yeah, he only attempted 2 threes a game and shot like 33%.
Who?
Zion. So that's all garbage points or putbacks, layups,
he's a
run the
big
rim
dude,
type
running-
shit.
Yeah.
And I feel like that would have been LeBron's game. Driving to the lane, putbacks,
Yeah.
layups. He the real athletic guy that, that comes down and
Imagine he goes to
takes
college.
rebounds and turns them into dunks.
And he gets injured.
Zion?
No, fucking
LeBron?
never plays in the NBA.
Never played.
There's so
Oh.
many kids that have had LeBron's talent.
No.
Well, not LeBron. LeBron's a different talent. He was. They were talking about him at 6. Like that dude was different.
Honestly, the only conversation that happens then is how many more chips do the Spurs have?
Huh?
Because that changes the whole focal point
That's
of where
true.
players are going. If LeBron's there just dominating, they're going to bring in helping pieces. Instead of those pieces going to Cleveland in that situation, they're probably going to a different team, like in the East or even somewhere in the West. The Spurs.
No,
oh my God.
LeBron, the Spurs definitely, they at least have one more because they win 23.
Oh, if LeBron doesn't make it
Yeah.
into the NBA, yeah,
At least one more.
I think the Rockets have one.
I don't. You miscount. I think you guys discount Wade a little too much.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Miami has maybe one more.
Well, he won one in 06 without LeBron. So I mean, I'm not discounting him, but
Golden State probably wins 6
I
straight.
mean, if we're being perfectly honest,
Yeah,
that
Golden State doesn't lose.
if you put
Golden
that
State doesn't lose for about 6 years.
if you put that 06 Miami team up against
Maybe longer.
that 06 Spurs team, I'm not entirely sure Miami wins that matchup.
Maybe if you think about it, it could have been longer. Because if Durant wins the third one, he might stay.
True. Very
In 2
true.
years, get 2 more chips, type thing.
And then we're talking about literally the best dynasty of all time.
Yeah. And again, there's possibility of someone else coming up and taking the place. Maybe Harden gets traded somewhere else, or who the fuck knows.
Harden goes to the East early.
Well, actually, KD probably wins one without fucking...
yeah.
Because of the OKC experiment, wins one without LeBron.
Oh yeah, they would have one with
Yeah.
no LeBron, yeah.
So
Because I'm pretty sure they would have beat a Dwayne Wade led Miami team.
yeah, without LeBron.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were...
That OKC team was a beast. There was so many people that thought they were still gonna beat Miami, even though they had LeBron. Because
could be the Pistons
that was
pick up.
when the Kevin Durant train had started to pick up steam. Once he made it to the finals, he had really started gaining a lot of fans in, and people was like, "Hey, they might do it."
Durant should have been the first pick. the fact that he wasn't the first pick overall is the biggest catastrophe. Like, I don't understand how the fuck you like make
Do
that
you know
choice.
Greg Oden in college defensively was a monster.
Do you understand what he
And it
what
turned
fucking
into injuries
It doesn't
in the
matter.
league.
But did you see what Durant did in college?